Yes, that will do. Pardon the noise. Put that back in place. All good. Alright. Alright. God. It's time for the Caribbean, and there's no fucking about it. Well, I think there's a boss in front of it. It usually is. I need to go around doing the gummy ship shit so I can get the other special weapons, like either the shield or the heal, because those are both godsends. I also just need to make my thing have more health in general, really, but you know. Thought occurs. Information, missions. I've unlocked a bunch of shit. Mostly just cosmetic stuff though. Bomb. That's one of the specials. Or no, is that one of the ship designs? I think that might be a ship design. I forget. I also didn't mark the Caribbean on the map. You think it wouldn't be so hard to find it, but you know. I don't need the reasons. No, I don't bark from there. I'm already here. Just do that. Madman. It's just in this general direction of space. Something gonna jump me? No. Actually, we fought our two bosses for this section, so I think that's us home free. Maybe. There might be one in front of the last world. Of this region, I should say. The last world of this region. Oh wow, that ice melts fast. I put ice in the water bottles today and already that jizz is going. This was going to be the other title for the stream, but this is based on Pirates of the Caribbean 3, which is a curious one, because it's nowhere near the latest, even when this game started active development. Though I would argue probably the best choice, all things considered. Granted, I haven't watched past the fourth one, so. See, what you need is you need like a little kid singing it to like really soft and spooky music, and that's how you make it cinematic.
Yo ho, a pirate's
So
life
this is
for
like
me.
the other thing. So it has like a vaguely realistic graphics filter on him as do the other two.
'Cause we get to be pirates again.
It's noticeable
You always
and
did like this world.
it's nothing
How
bad.
could
It's just
anyone
like
not? Still,
distinctly
it's
noticeable,
a real
especially
shame we don't
given
have a
like
bigger
the
ship.
when he's put next to other models here.
Where else?
It's a lot closer to like
Edge of the
the
world.
look of the CGs used in like the past games.
What ails ya, Mr. Goofy?
The edge of the world.
Aye,
We're running out of sea, sir.
aye, we're running out of sea. Oh? Running!
Hey guys, you made it.
Hard to starboard!
But there's no time, Captain!
The controller's going crazy with like vibration. Caribbean, whatever. Whatever strikes your fancy, really. Wider sound you'll not find. Or is it salt? It's that salt planet from Star Wars Episode 8.
Where'd we end up this time?
Well, not in the same place as your boat, that's for sure.
We've been walking forever.
I'm exhausted.
Some pirates? We won't get anywhere without a ship.
You never give up on becoming a pirate. Becoming a pirate.
A ship?
Sarah, this is grand.
Oh boy!
Yeah, that doesn't seem to give a shit if it's dry land or not, does it?
It is a ship!
Hang on a sec. Hey, look who it is.
There, Sora.
Huh? Jack Sparrow!
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Sure is.
Now with a moderately better impression, or
Where
a
are
much
we?
better model.
Oh,
Belay that! Ship absconding!
huh?
Help me
Oh,
catch
sec.
the pearl before she gets away!
Aye, aye, Captain.
Come back, ship! We better get rid of them quick.
Nope, we don't need them.
Who's shooting at us?
Ceasefire! Ceasefire!
Here comes some more.
Get away, you barnacles!
It's an important trick to have. Right.
That's who's doing this.
No one said you could use my ship!
Alright. Reset chat there, because I suspect at least that it might not have been working properly. As Twitch chat is at times wont to do.
Back off. Yeah, there. Back off.
God damn it. We pirates now, we are indeed.
Heal. Here we go.
Also, hello Hammer. If you're there, Mamley, I didn't see any greeting message because the Twitch chat fucked up, but it did say you were in chat. But it's reset now and I can see Hammer, so it must be working now.
Back off. We got this.
Also, yeah, these ones are really cool. This team move is a lot more like the ones in Kingdom Hearts 2, where you just pull off sick magic techniques no matter what. There we go. He's in range. It's interesting. Basically every movie makes Dragonite does damage. Good to know. Who needs water, really? We were pirates of the land. The character models are so much better, it's ridiculous. Yo, the sound boat. Yeah, like the greatest jump between Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 can basically be seen entirely in this world. Just fucking look at everyone. Crab. If it wasn't for the hair, I'd actually think those are real. Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? That's how good it's gotten.
Jack! Mr. Gibbs!
Aye, Captain.
I thought so. I expect you're able to account for your actions then.
Sir?
There's been
Especially
a perpetual
these two.
and virulent lack of discipline upon my vessel. Why?
Sir, you're in Davy Jones' locker, Captain.
Davy Jones' locker?
I know that. I know where I am. And don't think I don't.
The performances in general also does top
I'm in
fucking
Davy
notch
Jones'
now.
locker. Assuredly.
Jack Sparrow.
We've missed a movie in between games.
Barbossa!
In between game worlds.
Ah, Hector! It's been too long. Hasn't
So, appropriately, Sora and crew don't know what the fuck is going on.
You shot me.
it? No, I didn't.
Sora, we meet again.
It's lovely to see you all.
Oh, Will, Elizabeth. Is something about you different?
Yeah, you look all swashbuckling.
Pirate Queen
Well,
outfit.
I've seen some adventures, but I never thought I'd find you here.
Armored shoulder plates and
Speaking
all.
of, where exactly is here? What's all this about a locker?
Davy Jones' locker. Jack neglected to repay a certain debt to Jones. So Jones sent the Kraken to devour Jack. And that's how he ended up here.
Then, Davy Jones' locker? You're saying that we've gone beyond...
Beyond the grave?
Pirate Limbo. Enjoy.
And we're here to wrest Jack from his fate.
She sounds like she stepped out of Final Fantasy 12.
Out and about, eh? You had an agreeable sense of the macabre to any delirium.
He thinks we're a hallucination.
You may not be wrong.
Complete with these three masqueraders.
Jack, this is real. We're here. We've come to rescue you.
Huh? Have you now? That's very kind of you.
Didn't know what the
But
fuck
it
to
would
say about
seem
it.
that as I possess a ship and you don't, you're the ones in need of rescuing. And I'm not sure as I'm in the mood.
Jack! Cutler Beckett has the heart of Davy Jones. He controls the Flying Dutchman.
He's taking over the seas, and he must be
Evil
stopped.
British man.
The
Destroy
Brethren
him.
caught his cowardly.
Leave you people alone for just a minute, look what happens.
Accurate to real life.
Everything's gone to pot.
I'm lost. What's going on?
Well, sounds to me like this Beckett fella they mentioned is trying to conquer the ocean.
Oh,
Didn't realize it already started.
yeah.
Oh, don't
no
worry.
conquerors.
We're on from running.
Listen, Jack. The world needs you back something fierce.
You're not
You
long
need a
sword.
crew.
Why should I sail with any of you?
I mean, sometimes he knows where he's going. We're in the land of bad impressions. I mean, they've gotten better.
So you are.
They've gotten a lot better in
I
many
never
cases.
could have caught the pill without you. Sora, Donald, Goofy, you're hired.
Yes.
Now, as for the rest of you... Theodolma, you're in. Gibbs, you can come. Weigh anchor, all hands. Prepare to make sail.
Absolutely useless.
Jack, which way you going, Jack?
Hello, Mammy.
Right then, Mr. Sora, the helm is yours. Provided you pass muster.
She'll say hello, David, but you know,
See that island there? With the
it's
two
just
peaks?
assumed.
Prove you can reach that. And the open sea is yours.
Oh. Aye, aye.
Alright, so, ship. Gameplay. It's actually extremely easy. Pardon me. Like, it's basically, you just kind of like, you know, speed up, steer, and that's basically it.
Jack said to head for the island straight in front of us.
So, you know, literally just get fucked, Ubisoft. Looks damn nice, too. And with ships and pirates comes ship combat.
There's heartless on those ships.
Ready the cannons.
Shoot them in the colored orbs, they die instantly.
To your left, Sora.
I'm aware. Trying not to get shot to pieces. Of course, you have to get around to the orb. If you're cheeky, you can sometimes shoot across and actually clip the orb from this side. But requires a hell of a fine shot. Because you only need one ball to hit the orb to like count as a one-hit kill. How into this world am I going? Literally, like basically
So,
everything.
we do
Like
have a
I'm gonna like
destination, right?
fully upgrade this ship. I'm gonna go all around
Tell anymore.
because of ship upgrading. I'm gonna go around, upgrade the ship, and I'm gonna hit basically every island that I remember, which is most of them, all the major ones really. That's the only way, man. It's the true way to play.
Cast your fate with Jack Sparrow, and you'll soon be sharing. In
I really
the
hurried home on
Jones.
Thursday, my parents, because you said you would stream
guy
early,
Will
but then
mentioned?
actually streamed later than usual. That's why I call betrayal. I'm sorry, Mammy.
Jack
Dude
ever
was
do
showing
again?
me Japanese anime.
Truly, you don't know who David Jones be.
He has a habit of
And
springing
you
these
say you
things.
be mean
I was also going to stream on Thursday, but then he played Resident Evil. The
Let's
monster.
put it this way. We're from another sea.
Are you now? Jack and David Jones' fate be intertwined. Jones, him raise Jack's precious pearl from the depths and make Jack captain for 13 years. In exchange, Jack promised to give Jones him soul as payment. But 13 years pass, and Jack failed to return.
And a few more years passed.
So Jones, him seen the Kraken to devour
Evil
Jack,
David.
taking him and the pearl back.
Him and his fucking things and his excessively good anime.
Jones learned that witty Jack cheat that fate. Him gonna punish Jack
It
even
doesn't lightning me.
and Jack's friends
I'm
too.
sitting on that one for now. We'll get to it when I'm on the open sea.
Are you talking about us?
You mean that the Kraken's gonna eat us?
We can kill that.
Let the Kraken have a crack. I ain't scared.
After that shit with the snowman, I wonder.
That
Well, wait, I'm sorry, that was Frozen, so you know everything there is going to be
him
super
run for land
top tier.
dimension of the Kraken. Not you.
Yeah, we basically fought a Kraken before.
But
A few
Jack
times.
Be scared.
Ursula totally counts, right?
He want to be free of his debt to David Jones. That's why him need the box.
box!
It be a chest.
That box we keep
where
mentioning
Davy
that we
Jones
all want
lock
but
away
don't
a
entirely
part
know.
of him that hurt. The pain it caused him was too much to live with, but not enough to cause him to die.
Liches are like that.
What part of him is that?
Liches, lichen.
Him heart.
I'd say the Anthem battleship from the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 would certainly be close enough to count, wouldn't it?
How does he
Oh,
do
speak of the
it?
devils.
A creature absent a heart, and yet somehow able to keep existing. Not even my finest replica can claim that achievement. The secret must be in that box. I have to know what mysteries it contains.
I believe our orders were to find the box and seize it. No more. Put a leash on that runaway curiosity.
Always so short-sighted. Why would the organization seek me out just as soon as I was recompleted? If not to affirm my intellectual
Donald and Goofy
prowess
look interesting in
and
this
invest
world.
in
It
my
seems they have more
research.
texture and are also very
Every
desaturated.
stride I
Yeah,
make
there's like
is a stride for all of us.
basically a filter gets applied to the three of them. You notice Sora also just looks looks
And what exactly are we
distinctly
striving
better, I would
towards?
argue, strictly speaking.
Luxord,
He's got like
do I
more
detect
texture, more detailed texture
a
work
hint
done
of
on him for this
treachery
world.
in your words?
What? Don't be absurd. But to be clear, I serve the organization. I don't share your need to please Xemnas.
What's the
He's
difference
good
at
at
this
wrapping
point?
you around his little finger. Always
But yeah,
has been.
like the look for this world is quite interesting.
All I desire is the freedom to continue my research.
You'll like the
And
Donald and
so
Goofy
I
especially, there's like
refuse to
you just
nurture
see
my
them like in
talents.
ultra HD. It's
So
very
I
weird.
cast my lot with Xemnas. With Xehanort, rather. Simple as that.
I see. And you don't care how he uses your research.
Not in the slightest. All that concerns me is that I complete the perfect human vessel.
Evil scientists be like that.
That's all well and good. But I know this world better than you.
I was here last time.
Kindly stay out of the way.
Oh, of
Only room enough for
course.
one dick in a black coat.
Considering
Piss
those
off.
pests have shown up, I'd hardly get anything done.
I already know what to do with the pests. Then you can resume your stuffy studies.
That's my boy. I'll be watching from
You can
the
just
shadows.
feel the sneer in his voice. Alright. Everything gets a bit front-loaded around here. Encoding overloaded. It hates this. It's fine. I do need to see what I can do to solve that. Probably using like a more CPU heavy preset that makes it start like going above 40% of the CPU.
Thanks, Jack. You could have warned us.
Yeah, everything went topsy-turvy and upsy-downsy.
Well, at least we're back in the
Look at
land
the
of
detail
living.
on Goofy's head.
Thank goodness.
And Donald's eyes.
Never fear. All according to plan.
But that be no reason to rest easy.
Oh, Goofy, you're so goofy.
A ship!
I've never seen one like that.
You've seen these though.
Heartless!
Well spotted. Ah, a battleship.
Look out!
It's not fair. Battleships can't attack early units.
Barbosa, have you allied with
I
those
don't have any
thieves again?
frigates.
Don't impugn me honor. Why would I conspire with them?
But you did conspire with them.
Could you discuss it later?
Mind blown.
Get ready!
I sure do wish we could get a little closer.
What? What are there? We can't
Quick,
do
take a really
that.
sharp turn to angle one side towards the sky. And just fucking shoot the cannon straight up. Look at this madman go.
Donald and Goofy!
Real grind.
I'll handle the Heartless.
Alright, so this boss is just title of the Arrow Skirmish, by the way. It's an interesting one. I guess in top of the ship world we just have like a flight combat section, because why the hell not? We're getting all vehicles up in here. It's more or less like the same thing. Yeah, you just, you know. It really is like airship combat too. It's like, look at the wee gun we have and everything. They will just dive bomb you too. Like, they don't give a shit. I never had them dive bomb from behind before though. Jump on him in a second. Just want to take some of these gits out. Don't ask why none of the other ones have torpedoes or use them. That is dumb. Just rub up against you there. It's cool. So we're lucky he doesn't have flares, honestly. You can jump onto him, but, you know. Oh, what do you know? He does have flare. Well, that's not really flares, bombs. I've never actually got that close to him before. I always just... Alright, steady on. Always just, like, kept my distance or jumped onto him. But I remember jumping onto him actually taking a lot. I don't know, we're on it. We will have to jump off to like cast cure points. Especially since we keep getting rammed by little gits. When you jump on him, it's basically just Shadow of the Colossus, really. Hello. Bonk, 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 bonk. Wish I had this fucking barrier at any other time. But you know what those Keyblade masters are like with their contextual skills. Please activate your barrier. I need to stop getting stuck in combos. Would you please activate the barrier? My god. And he throws us off. Just a quick heal, land on a rail. Just chase down that git and off we go. Yes, I know it's under attack. You don't need to keep pinging me for it. We're doing more damage to it than I thought we would, actually. This is actually going to like the same pace as like the fight on normal. Goofy, I am completely 100% aware. I think killing those actually dropped health force, which surprises me. Oop. You just like start rolling again, sort of. Keep turning about to face me, you prick. It's like you know what I'm doing to you. It's like you know the strategy or something. You monster. It's like you know how to dogfight or some shit. Absolute beast. Like, not for nothing, but surely you could like steer the ship away while I do this. I'm just saying, lads. No, they didn't come back to me. I was half expecting them always like to make the trails underneath you, but. That's what you get for getting too close. Really. Fucker that you are if you would do this to me. Ah, of course the thing vanishes before I can reach it because of the missiles. Frick that you are. I'm aware. I hope we never have to go back to the frozen world. I'll just see that in chat there. I'll catch up with you in a moment. Donald, you're in trouble when I get back on that goddamn ship. Alright, you like the game, David? Really enjoyed the game. Was a bit about the frozen world. I am also well, I'm more than about the frozen world, but otherwise, yes, it's a fucking fantastic game. But we do have a reason to go.
Right.
True men don't do things off stream if it means going back to the frozen world.
Wait.
We do have to go back to the frozen world for something though. I mentioned it last time, but we have a minigame to do. I'm leaving them all for a little bit longer.
Goofy?
Because I want to get all the worlds in this region done, and then we're basically just going to go around knocking stuff out before we proceed.
After you fell, we came looking for you. I guess they must have kept going.
That's desertion.
He would know.
And I was so happy that we got to see them again.
That's eager to sail under Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh?
Jack!
Crab. Sora really looks better in this world. I know, it's nuts.
Perhaps you'll consider an arrangement. One which requires nothing from you but information.
Regarding the Brethren Court, no doubt. In exchange for fair compensation. Square my debt with Jones.
It's
Guarantee my
nuts how good this looks.
Of course. It's just good business.
Were I in a divulgatory mood, what then might I divulge?
Everything. Where are they meeting? What are their plans?
The eye movements and everything. You can even see like the veins in his eyes and shit. Like it's nuts.
Shall we?
Shall we what?
Some pirate won't get anywhere without a ship. So, let's go get one.
We need to go get another ship.
Yes!
We keep losing our fucking boats.
Sora and Jack sure are cut from the same cloth.
Islanders, like boats, fight with swords. Idiots.
Use that key to free me, Sora, and you have my most certain promise. All the power under sea you ever wish for be yours.
Free her how?
Anytime anyone says something like that to you, you really shouldn't do it. I feel like now, especially, you should know this, or you've been through enough of these people to know better. So yeah, we also have... We're back to like having swimming gameplay again, and this time around, it's actually really fucking good. In part because we don't turn into like a bizarre fishman that's extremely awkward to control. Sora never learns. Hello, Nocturne. Alright. Get your shit. Bonk. Keep it forge, cause Crystal Snow needs some taps. Yeah, keep going. You get that magic stat nice and juicy. You don't have a mountain type for that. You can't bump that up. 'Cause why not? You can always just get more Damascus in space, so there's no real concern. Yeah, should have. We don't need that, miraculously we didn't die after we first died. But can you swim this way, Gavin? To dance into play. I've forgotten the rhythm of that song entirely. Well, nah, we're fine. We're fine. Did I change that one? I did change that last time, but we'll pop that on. Probably need to buy more of those at some point, actually. But things to consider later. Need more AP. There's never enough AP. Let's dodge it. No, I'll take Groundbreaker. Air slides. And our super slide as well. Of course, Leaf Bracer. It's basically a necessity at points. At some point, we're gonna get like this on and this on, because those are both exceptionally good. 5 years, baby, affiliation, here we come. On the fucking up in this world. Maybe.
I'm afraid I won't be joining you on...
Yeah, he doesn't swim. Anytime you jump in the water, Jack just kind of goes like, well, I'm fucking off for the day. This over here before I kick it with here. My iPad. Gotta get on the floor in case the cat comes in. Right, let's go. Bonk. So we can just do this and just like propel ourselves around the water. So water is generally extremely fast and cool. There's also lobsters and shit around you can just seize and eat. You know? Like that's how we fish down here. We just fucking fly into like the prey and seize it. Speaking of prey. So underwater combat has its whole set of own attacks and motions with special abilities. You have like basically everything is ranged. You have your spells will change to sea variants. So you can shoot fireballs underwater, because why not? they're also pretty fucking rad. I love that Thunder's not like ball lightning, because you just go to hell. What devil fruit did Jack eat? The luck fruit, probably, given the shit he gets away with. One Piece jokes. I'm afraid I can't assist here. Muscles pry that shit off his ship. Mario did underwater fireballs first. I mean, yeah, but he didn't do them as cool as this. That reminds me of a web novel. I feel like you have an like anytime we could say something, you'll have an answer to that. You'll have that answer for it, I mean. You. We're gonna, like, we'll probably get ahead of the level curve again. Yeah, you know, don't touch jellyfish. It seems obvious, but sometimes it's difficult. Not because they're in your way, just because sometimes I'm compelled to touch them anyway. Anytime I do touch them in this, it's because I was compelled to. They're jelly wiles. Boy. Give me that shit. Like, a fish can, like, drop, like, any of, like, the element... They'll just vanish. We can drop any of the element, stuff up to gems, depending on their color. The fish turns red. You know, you can just get, like, a blazing gem out of it. If you kill it while it's, like, shitting ice, you get the frost gem, etc., etc. Which is handy. Although, again, crystals you basically only get in the worlds where, like, their stuff is mined. Ow. Cheeky buggers. This web novel has the best title. It's called Invincible Saint Salaryman. You're right, that is the best title. Dare I ask? Alright. Be incredibly cool and not touch any of these. Need to go like out and around for this one, isn't it? And that was the hole there. It's a different one to go out and around for. Master's Ring. Probably actually a good shout to put that on Sora. How about you? Let's see. Slight boost and maximum AP. Lower magic. Oh, lower both. Oh no, not then. In fact, you know what? You can have it. Absolutely master you. Still need to buy them gear at some point. Even at the depth of the sea, Donald will tell you to seize that fucking food. He sees it, he smells it, he wants it. You can't satisfy him ever. Oh, missed that. Hey.
It's getting cozy down here. Be careful.
You. People always say lobster's like really expensive, but all you have to do is just get into the water and take it for yourself. That's technically why it's so expensive, it's just the labor involved in like fighting them for dominance. You can't form change underwater, sadly, as sick as that would be, but you know, that would be like a whole bunch of extra animations you'd have to like that they account for and shit, and you know, they're kind of doing enough as is. These fish have such aim. Hello, my son. I see you're attacking the box again. Is the box outside? He's already shredded the pieces though, so it's kind of whatever. Oh, you can't shot lock underwater either. Again, probably because it would be a bit awkward to implement. Hello. He's leaping dynamically into my face. I said red, it's more of a pink color. That's the mighty firefish. Hello. My baby boy. Oh. Taking advantage of a little spot on him where you scratch him, he just starts licking him. Right. Goofy's dying somewhere. Hello. That's a firefish. What am I doing? There we go. I do love the blizzard effect more than anything, though. Isekai story with the idea that the main character isn't a stupid and annoying, overpowered teenager, but a normal middle-aged salaryman. Does he start doing like 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, and like 100 squats every day while running 10k every day? Yeah, basically. Beautiful. I'm glad that's a recurring thing. Give link, please. You can't just post it in chat, like links are open. I'm pretty sure. If not, whisper it to him. The thought occurs actually at Mamley. You follow me on Twitter because you talk about things I retweet and all, but I don't. Kept destroying things. What's your account on Twitter actually? So I don't think I'm following you, unless I am and I just haven't realized it. And if your answer to that is, well, you know, I don't tweet much, even so. Let me root through your trash. It's fine, Donald. God. This is actually the main path again. I went over here, so I was like, I must go down a different path. No, this is the main one. I'll correct that in a moment. Ow. Fucker that you are if you would do this to me. It hit the wall, didn't it? Yep. Alright, whatever. My emote didn't work. Is that one of the ones you need, like, one of the 10 million, like, Twitch installs Chris asks for, or? Oh yeah, you can just smack these piles of gold and get, like, 10 money at a time. If you're, you know, crazy and you really need that much cash. Oh, it's that one, okay. It's that same one you posted, but facing the other way. Hello. Hello, my son. You want a scratch? Oh, no, he's scratching himself. Hang on. Yeah, just shed all over my iPad, that's fine. I don't need to use that or anything. Like, I was gonna say that he's in shedding season, but when I think about it, my cat isn't constantly in shedding season. There's just little clouds of black fur all over the place. His house would kill someone allergic to cats, even without him being near them. The good shit. I'll be going through all of these when I get my hands on all of them. Don't you worry. Because there is incentive to go through all of them. Not here, it's a different jellyfish tunnel. Hey, guess what that is? It's shiny, which means we should go touch it.
That seems suspiciously convenient.
It's never convenient any other time. Oh, you're right. Not that alternating save files, the madman. I do it in one or not at all. Claim the pirate treasure. Yay! Well. Fish boss. I also only use one wherever possible. It is. It kind of depends on the game, but generally I prefer just to always use one. Something like Persona or like, you know, Bethesda game, I'll have like extra save files. The former for like, you know, changing bad decisions I may have walked into. Ow. Ow. The latter for, you know, the game fucking up. It's kind of remarkable just how well the game now plays underwater. Like, this actually feels like really good. The way you can just boost and dodge, and you have attacks actually made for like underwater, and like accounting for the greater amount of space and the like hard was just full 3D mobility. Third time's the charm, I guess. I actually don't have a Twitter account. I don't make account for things very often. I see your tweets because I have 4 people on Twitter I care about. Ah, okay, I see. That's actually, I used to do that before. I just like said, fuck it, I'll just get the account because people I know and everything are on there, and I can just get them on there instead, or see their every stupid thought about this or that. And I'm just sort of morbidly curious bitch who wants to know these things. Plus, it was just, it actually became easier to track game news and shit. There's through Twitter rather than game sites. I did consider making a Twitter account now and using Twitch more often than actually know people. I mean, it's fun enough. You pipe in whenever we're talking about, I'm like spouting my opinions about this or that, or whatever. Always alternate 2 in case anything does go wrong. I mean, valid, but I live on the edge of tomorrow when I'm crying because the game fucked up and I have to restart the entire thing. Anyway, claim ye pirate gold. Yay! Sort of like our Simba is like made of fire and it's weird. Ariel is made of water and it's weird. But yeah, we can't use summons underwater, so next time we get above ground I'll show that off. Wouldn't be completely free of the Little Mermaid. But we had to take it in any form. This is the best way, really. Kinda wish I could still just boost the boy while on top of the water, but oh well. I guess Sora works like a submarine where he does all of his work underneath the surface, and on top of the surface he just kind of sits helplessly.
Huh?
Aside from the copious amount of missiles he can launch. Like a real submarine. It's like a ship in a bottle, but the bottle's made out of rock.
Cool.
And crabs.
Woohoo! It's our very own ship.
You certain about that?
Huh? What, Jack?
Fucking swarthy demon that you
How'd
are.
he get here so fast?
Mine, Savvy?
Jack, you already have the Black Pearl.
Aye, to which this ship holds no candle. Bus, take what you can, mate. Now then.
Say crab like 300 times and the thing happens. There will be rats.
Suppose you'll have to do.
I'll tell you when I make an account. No worries. Like, be sure to.
Ready now, helmsman?
Ready enough, Captain, but aren't we kind of trapped?
Now, Sora, I know you've made passage through straits far more dire than this. Just follow your heart's command.
Ah, Captain runs ship into the wall. Most use my Twitter to follow game-related accounts. I follow like Gematsu and some anime publishers and video game publishers. I followed Koei Tecmo Europe until like today, when I just kind of got perpetually annoyed at never winning their contests, because I'm that petty. But also they just keep retweeting people getting like Dynasty Warriors Platinums, and after a point it's just kind of like, okay, thank you. And also this shit and David. Oh, this shit we must fill your timeline with. Leviathan. See, the Leviathan is like fucking rad. We have just the ability to release deadly magics and also a shield. And neither is it. The game is afoot. We just have the wide open sea of the Caribbean open to us. We got places to go. There's loads of optional islands. Some places, you know, just fucking go. That being said, we need to go to Port Royal. Well, first we actually need to get out of here for a bit.
Now we're true pirates.
Aye, the sea's yours to explore. Don't let this chance sail by, mates.
Welcome to the wide open sea. Also, enemy ships. Gotcha.
It ends here.
Actually, there wasn't anyone left. Well, shit. This is one of the ship's many super moves where you just launch giant wind projectiles of death. Ship combat is fairly frequent. It kind of depends. Also, we've actually bumped over the trigger for the event. I didn't know you could do that while in a fight. Have to run for 5-10 minutes to make dinner. Don't start the topic I'm waiting for. Fight me. Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna save that for when like we're done with Port Royal's bit, and then we're just fucking off and about.
That ship.
Guess who?
Oh, but look, this time there's somebody aboard.
And the usual.
Not the merry company I'd hoped for.
This one we actually remember. Hello, boys.
Holly!
A black coat!
He's also pulling this trick again.
You back in the organization?
Yes. Surprising, isn't it, that they do me the honor?
I mean, you had a pretty honorable death,
Never
all
count
things
your
considered.
cards until they've all been
Resurrection, however you want to say it.
Jack, don't you give this creep the time of day.
dealt. Come now. Are you really so unsophisticated that you decline a gentlemanly
I
conversation?
do really like a Luke sword. A lot of the organization.
Sora, stand down. It's the code. Mustn't strike a pirate aboard ship when said pirate offers to confabulate.
Ah, yes. And how could I love games and contests without honoring the rules? Because only by winning fairly does victory have any savor at all.
But, of course, the code is actually more guidelines than rules. Speak your piece.
I am looking for a box. A chest, perhaps.
The twitching.
You know the one.
Yes. Maybe. No, I know of a box. But said box is not a box you want to trifle with, mate. Trust me.
Don't want Goofy's glares.
A wager, then.
And of what nature would this wager be?
What say we have a little race to that charming port town which you hold so dear?
Port Royal.
Yes. Whoever reaches it first is the victor. And the stakes? You tell me all about that chest.
And what do we get in return?
Against what?
Of course.
I will get you whatever it is you want.
Bit unbalanced, isn't it?
Done.
Jack?
Then we have an accord. Now, let us begin.
All hands. Prepare
Not
to
if you
make
ask
sail.
for his heart.
Jack?
But he doesn't have one.
Drop canvas.
Hey, Jack!
At least,
With a
that's what he
will,
thinks.
lads.
His physical one.
Jack, listen!
Touche.
Oh, you can't let him get his hands on that box. Do you really know whatever it is that he's looking for?
Let's just say there's a potential possibility he wants the chest containing Davy Jones' heart. Because I haven't the foggiest notion why he'd covet the blighted thing.
Got a heart.
Is it a black box?
It is more black than blue, so yes.
Do you think it's the one?
No.
Could be.
And winning the race would keep it out of Organization 13's hands.
Hey. You're right.
What are you three muttering on about?
Basically,
If you call that muttering.
we need to win this race.
Precisely. No purchase, no pay. You might have the makings of a pirate after all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, let's ride. This is a bit awkward.
First one to Port Royal wins.
Because his ship is better than yours, but you can't just fuck him up.
Let's try those cannons.
He also shits tornadoes at you. You do have a boost, though. Also, enemy ships will just try and ram you. Blue orbs mean they need 2 hits to go down. Or not. I guess it's red orbs. Yeah, these red orbs that must take multiple hits. That's not Tailwind. Well, that's very unfortunate. Actually, that might work out in our favor. See ya, boys. I could have sworn it was blue you needed like higher cannons to break in 2 shots. And then reds you needed, like even with max you couldn't like break reds like instantly.
Fire!
What do I know?
Full speed!
That's it. Don't let up now.
Between the islands. Shit, they spawned a boat between the islands. Those monsters. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I don't know what actually happens if you lose that race. You probably just get a scene where you tell him what he wants instead of what happens here. I don't know if it actually like game over you for it or make you retry.
Report. Starboard side, all clear.
We got this one in the bag.
Of course, he wouldn't take a lying down.
The game isn't over until it's over.
I do like the organization nobody symbol being like on his flags. You know, the Leviathan has red and black to match Sword's color scheme.
Make ready to return fire.
Aye, aye.
You might have noticed the big arrows. We'll get to that. Surely. So they do have a purpose. Besides his raw aesthetics. Block all of those, well, as best we can anyway.
Let's do this.
Go to hell, all of you. Wind chasers are automatic, they just rush into things and just wreck house. I don't think there's any specific trigger for what ones you get. Beyond like, you know, you just get a super every so often. I say every so often, we're getting them loads because we're just wrecking house. He's not even shooting back. He can and can't shoot back because he can't reach us. He's also not moving. I think we broke his brain. The shield doesn't block that. Fucker. Well, whatever. Where are you? There's a red one. And that also went. Maybe it was just missing all the time last time. Hang on a sec. Alright, board. Mind them.
Another game it is then.
Pirates. These guys are back. Should re-equip Bizarre. They are slightly more annoying actually. That's a problem and a half. And of course, Donald times his heal for that. All 24 hits. Didn't actually mean to dodge there. Oh yeah, when Blizzard Claws and also the Agile Claws when you dodge have an attack when you dodge, which is really neat. So you just are big fuck off claws. That seems like a really nice idea. So yeah, I'll read that in a second. Once I get the card a bit under control. Actually, no, please never fear, then I don't have to worry about dying. something like the Wallow Mat in UK and Portugal. It's a website they make for every relevant election since 2002. They ask all parties around 40 relevant questions. Then you answer the questions. If you don't have an opinion on a question, you can skip it. After that, you can select questions that are especially important to you, that those count double. With that, it shows you the percentage of how much you agree with each party. In the end, you can go through every question again. That sounds actually really fucking cool. That would actually be really fucking lovely to have. I mean, you know, kind of the problem is when you get a party like... UK parties tend to be like, especially when they get big, will tend to actually cover like, they don't so much like fit one sole doctrine. They just kind of house like a load of people with a load of different opinions. So sometimes you'll be like voting because hey, some of these people like are like pretty cool, but then you know the same party is also just full of dickheads. The Labour Party, for instance, is generally left wing, but also has like a lot of centrists and even a few people who are just straight up right wing. They just don't want to admit it. And you know they got really upset about someone who's like genuinely left wing being in charge. Didn't equip Thundaga either, actually thinking about it. Really should have. Also, their opinions flip-flop when potential power is placed in front of them. Exactly. See the DUP electing its first openly gay councillor after blocking gay marriage and just saying gay marriage should never happen, and we because you know fuck it. We absolutely shouldn't allow that on moral grounds. Voting to lower the age of consent, though, that's fine. I'm back. We talking about the shits of the UK politics, I see. Absolutely. The greatest comedy on earth. It's their token gay. Everyone has one. But yeah, no, like a site like that, we don't have it, but that would be, even, you know, with the fucking weasels we tend to have, that would actually be quite useful to have. Cause you might ask, wait, what's the difference between Sinn Féin and the SDLP? And, you know, the answer is basically Sinn Féin are like the more hardcore flavor. But you might not know that, because your local guy might be like, I'm not fucking lunacy. Really though, fuck the DUP, vote Sinn Féin all the time. Or Alliance, they're also a valuable thing. But generally Sinn Féin. If you're a DUP area, vote Sinn Féin. Is the only gay in the city as far as they're concerned.
Magnificent. I salute you all, gentlemen.
You're up to something.
Trickery.
Perish the thought. I know when I've been
I wouldn't trick anyone. I'm a good
You were
boy.
outdone before you even started, mate. But I admire your conciliatory way of conceding defeat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I believe I owe you your
Absolutely right, Craig.
But I neglected to ask what it is that you want.
See things like that pop up now and then around some elections, but it's always different places, not one service doing it every time. That's probably why I didn't know, because I haven't seen this.
I want the chest. That's aboard.
It should be like an actual fixed one though, like. God damn it, Jack. You piece of shit.
Not good.
Oh, Jack.
Well, I didn't tell him which, Dutchman.
How dare you?
Outwitted him.
I mean, yeah. You kinda can't really be mad at Luxor for that one. You walked into it. Jack, you dumb bitch.
I've always been far more interested in the long game.
Like,
now let's see where it takes us. That is, if you stay apace.
I do love Luxor's style. Bye. Back on their own mess of a ship. What a mess it is.
After him.
Nay, there's no point.
See, I went through the answer of quite a few parties. There is a family party and they are against gay marriage. The reason is that gay marriage somehow creates more homophobia and we need to keep gay marriage illegal to help gay people. Okay. What? It's incredible how people's defense of their stance of being against gay marriage just gets more and more insane as time goes on.
Look for crabs.
Crabs.
They'll set her right.
Crabs?
Crabs.
Why crabs?
Crabs.
Never mind the particulars, mate. The white
Crabs.
crabs. Savvy?
Aye, aye.
See us, we're at Port Royal. We need to find crabs. What are you looking at, dear people? Is it a barrel of crabs? It is indeed. Oh, the crabs. Port Royal's now on a whole actual town and little island you run around the place now. Instead of just being like one boxy town and then just a bunch of like small islands. Give us your cash. Here the DUP don't even try to justify it. They're just chained together endless insane statements. Yeah, no, they just don't give a fuck. This is who even cares.
What's making that cannon move?
Is it crabs? The crabs have been cast into the sea. We must seize them. Where are you? Where are you? God damn it, we miss all of them? Whatever, you can find crabs in the ocean, of course. Crabs. Before you can get an explanation of why gay marriage shouldn't be allowed, one of them says the creationism should be taught in the schools, and you try and get a reason for that, but before you do, and then yeah, at some point you meet the ones who believe in flat Earth. Crabs. Just like they hide in the earth, and you must strike them up to free them of the sand's supple hold on their chitinous flesh. Also, boxes of crabs. There's just so many crabs. We need all of them. Gay marriage is still legal in the UK? No, it's legal in England, Wales, and Scotland. Because even our right-wing party, like the Tories, are like even they support that shit. Because even our being right-wing is still more left-wing than most places right-wings. Small mercies. They just hate the poor more than anything. They, you know, they'll let you marry, but they hate you if you're poor. That's basically how that goes. It is, however, illegal in Northern Ireland because the DUP are pieces of shit. I don't know why I did that one, considering it's all Thunder ones right now. I'm just compelled. I also need to fix my magic. The DUP sleeves away and the summer base is still out here. That's the thing. It was put to a vote, and it was going to pass. Like, it was going to pass. Like, the public are in favor of it. But, like, you know, Stormont was in favor of it when Stormont existed. And then the DUP abused a motion called the Petition of Concern, which basically lets them, as one of the two main power-sharing parties in, you know, the Stormont power-sharing government, which is basically a nice way of saying to each community's biggest party, it has to, like, take, like, they have to join and share government to keep us from killing each other. That was, like, the agreement that helped end our endless civil war. And, they used the Petition of Concern to block it, even though it was going to pass, and that basically kicked it off down the line for several years, and now Stormont has fallen apart. So even though the time limit on the Petition of Concern is up, there's no actual acting government in Northern Ireland to enact it, or indeed anything else. So, you know, welcome to our little shithole. Trees of crabs. Trees of so many crabs. You will not escape me, you monsters. So basically anyone here who wants to get married has to like fuck off to England to get it done. Does the DUP believe in being completely aligned with England? Except when they don't want it to be aligned with England? And, you know, if you say, but, you know, why not? They'll just kind of, you know, like, cough and sputter something about, like, fucking Republican terrorists or some shit. And that's if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, then just start repeating never and flag at you and hope that you'll be convinced by their rip-roaring patriotism that is extremely limited. Compared to the German government, sounds great. Kinda isn't. And how a lot of like local history and like all the attitudes of the people involved. Oh boy. There's shit to say. And it should be said the petition of concern is basically an instant veto and a vote that's created to try and protect the smaller communities whose parties wouldn't garner enough votes to control Stormwind from getting screwed by legislation from the controlling party. So to be honest, the DUP even be able to use the petition of concern is insane. Yeah, basically. Like, it was entirely made to prevent continuations of extreme unionist abuse of like nationalist and Catholic communities, among others, including other minority communities and all that shit as well. Like, prevent them from just being abused by one party getting too much control because of voting demographics, which are fortunately swinging our way. Just like population growth the way it's going. I think it's like by 2020, 2021, like demographic scientists believe that like nationalist Catholic communities will just outweigh unionist Protestant ones. So eventually the DUP just won't have the votes to do shit. Have you spoken on the whole RHI thing that led to the Stormwind shutdown on stream ever? Only vaguely. I basically talked about how, like, you know, the DUP are just fucking scam artist criminals who just stole like a lot of tax money and like basically embezzled and wasted it. I mentioned that before in Salmon Runs. The whole thing is a goddamn mess. There's crabs in like every fucking rooftop as well. Basically, it was called the renewable heat. What was it? Incentive? Something like that. Renewable heat incentive. The idea was it was to encourage the use of renewable energies over, like, you know, gas and coal in businesses and places like farms. The crabs are stealing this barrel. The goddamn demons. And the DUP was like, and a lot of the ministers of the DUP and all were in charge of running that, and basically they just didn't give it any real oversight at all. Like, suspicious lack of oversight. They just basically give certain businesses just millions and millions of like taxpayers' money for really dodgy and poorly implemented, what was it, like biofuel towers or whatever on farms or some shit like that. And the ministers who should have been overlooking that and like keeping an eye out for exploitation and abuse not only didn't, but actively tried to prevent like inquiries into what was like the money was going and how the scheme was doing. So, you know, how like DUP leader Arlene Foster, who actually was one of the ones who confounded attempts to like look into it. So, you know, basically she was getting fibers under the table. Northern Ireland is a shithole. It is an absolute shithole. The good thing about Germany is that because of our history, the far right is much harder time because no one wants history to repeat itself. That's, I mean, that's a fair point. I imagine like there's extremely strict watches on that. We're going to run the crabs down. Claim their lives. Their blood, their lives, all of it. I don't know if it's so much that they like water as they fucking need one. I didn't do my magic again. Farmers made amends from it. Farmers in areas that mainly vote DUP were all accepted into the scheme, of course, by literally just leaving generated burning fuel 24/7, but doing nothing with the power generated. I need you to stop doing your combos so I can cast Cure. Give me the crabs. Give me the crabs. They're running away because we activated them when I didn't want to. They made money that was burning polluting fuel, so dead around the clock. Yeah, that's basically it. And no one checked it, and the scheme that was meant to be for green energy ended up causing more environmental damage because, you know, DUP didn't care, and of course, you know, because the farms. It's kind of funny because the DUP are also like extremely pro-Brexit, even though the same farmers in their area, well, some of the farmers in their areas at least have been telling them, no, that's fucking stupid, we shouldn't do that because we'll ruin our markets and economy and shit. And then all the ones are just like, yeah, fuck yeah, do that, fuck the foreigners. Isn't criminally insane and insanely criminal, but they got off scot-free. Yeah, basically, because the DEP always get away with fucking everything, because no, you can't criticize us, we didn't do anything wrong. It's a fucking shit heap. Sorcerer's Ring. That might be in our interest. A few years ago, some dipshit politicians had brilliant ideas to buy a few very expensive, technologically outdated submarines that we had no use for some dipshit in Germany. That's fucking amazing. It was obviously not a completely legal thing. Ah. Did they get done for it? Crabs. Oh, they ran. Oh, give me the white juice. Ooh. Uh-oh. Hang on. Mouse. Bump the mouse. Bump the keyboard as well. Give me a second. I just jump. Oh, wait. No, hang on. I see what I've done. Get out from there. How do I resize you? Now get out of there, you monster. The chat box is all over the fucking place. Give me a second. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Twitch, please. OBS, please stop trying to dock our shit. Let's see. Automod blocked a message there, and I hear it said German dipshits got punished for it. I don't know why Automod caught that, but there we go. Used ad permitted term German dipshits. Twitch doesn't like it if you call German people dipshits, apparently. Let's see. Oh, buddy, talking about governments wasting money on marine related things. Gavin telling about the ferry company's Brexit contracts. Oh, fuck me. Okay. So, the government is making preparations for a no-deal Brexit, just in case that happens, because, it's sensible to make some layer and that in case everything goes to fucking shit and we all die. And part of this was to, account for basically all the complete fuckery that would happen at, like, docks and ports around the country. Because, once all the trade routes and, like, the borders are closed and all that shit, there's gonna be so many problems. So to help out, they've been looking for, like, private companies to assist with, like, boats and ferries and basically all forms of, like, shipping shit and all that. Can I say German dipshits, Mr. Autobot? Apparently not. There we go. German dipshits with a comma this time. It didn't like the fact that you added a comma. Beautiful. But yes, so, like, what was it? So, the Department for, like, Transport and Infrastructure, or whatever it is, they decided that they're going to, like, negotiate, like, a contract with a ferry company. I actually forget their name. They're going to, like, negotiate, like, a contract with a ferry company that was worth, what was it? Like, it was, like, several £1,000,000 to pay them to, like, help get their ferries to help shipping shit back and forward in the event of, like, a no-deal Brexit. I wonder what we need to do here. And people began looking into this company because they weren't one of the big main shipping companies, and no one had heard of them before. So, like, there was, like who are these guys? Where did they come from? 15 million, that was it. And, 15 million pounds. God. So, like, inquiries began, like, people, like, on social media began, like, looking into it. Just, journalists, newspapers, a lot. And they found that this ferry company didn't have any ferries. Like, they didn't have any of the boats they were being contracted to get, and the 15 million they would have been paid wouldn't have been enough to get the amount of boats they said they had to get the contract. And they would need to do the work worth 15 million. They just didn't have any. In fact, the company, I don't think, even had an office or anything like that. They were just some sort of, like, like shell essentially. And
Let's see.
they were just like a fucking shell company, and like they also never had any in the past either. Yeah, this company never had was never really involved in shipping. It had no boats. It's called Seaborne Freight. Thank you, Nocturne. So, they have the name Seaborne Freight, but they never did any freight on the sea, or anywhere else for that matter. They didn't have anything. They just, and the government didn't look into this at all. The Tories didn't bother to check. Like the Department for Transport just didn't have any. Just didn't look, didn't care. No need to verify. Like you just turned up and say you have boats. Like yeah, yeah, sure. Like here's 15 million. They insisted they didn't actually pay them any of the money, and they probably didn't. But you know, the fact that they were going to without checking it until the public checked is telling. Also, yeah, the terms and conditions on the website, they had like a website set up and they had terms and conditions. The terms and conditions on Seaborne Freight's websites were just literally copy-pasted from like, it was like from a fast food chain, wasn't it? Like, it was copy-pasted from a fast food restaurant chain, or was it from a shop chain? They literally just copy-pasted from like like some other chain. Like, just openly like this on their fucking website. Like, it is the most blatant fucking scam. Just openly so. Like, 2 seconds looking into them, you would find any of this out. Because, you know, they've no public access, no listing, no boats. It was a pizza delivery place that according to David. He says he thinks. It was something like that. It was a pizza delivery place or it was like a Chinese restaurant. One of the two. Like, they just, like, copy and pasted it from some, like, actual place's website. And oh my god. Just cinema. Just kino. That whole thing is ridiculous. And it just kept getting worse. Jesus fuck this. So a bunch of assholes made a joke company literally just so they could scam the government, and they almost got away with it because the politicians gave a shit about their jobs. Yeah? Yeah, basically. Like, they just didn't give a shit about their jobs at all. And here's the chaser to all this, Dale points out. As well as that 15 million, they did pay 50 million to 2 other companies. Sea France and one other. You know, French companies. It's like the thing that was funniest to me that they, you know, the French company, a European company, I thought we were meant to be free from Europe, that was the whole point, but, you know, we're just going to keep using their services and companies anyway. Both those contracts are getting cancelled now, but none of the money will be returned. I didn't know that detail. Oh my god. The Tory government is a fucking shambles. It always was, always will be. But the way they've handled Brexit and everything to do with Brexit has been just the greatest comedy on earth. Our government can negotiate as well as an empty chair. I think our government would lose a negotiation to an empty chair. If like the EU Council just put like Theresa May in a room with an empty chair, Brexit would be cancelled. Like you just give it enough time and eventually she would just cancel it because she had lost, and like it would just swear that this was actually what the people wanted all along. Which we do, but you know, she's been steadily claiming that we don't, and insisting that we absolutely don't, even though she just lost like 1,300 councillors across England, and the only Tory councillor in Northern Ireland, just like on Friday there, yesterday. Did we not pick that up? Where'd you go? Come here, crab. Like, it's just... Please, if you ever want to laugh, just follow, like, current modern UK politics. Just follow it. It's the funniest shit around. And you might go like, well, isn't this, like, fill you with despair because this is the stuff you have to live with? Nah, at this point, I just laugh. Because, like, they're so incompetent that, like, nothing technically gets worse because it's already pretty much as bad as it can be. And it's just tragic and funny. Pardon me, lads, we're just coming into the jail. How's everyone doing? All good, all good. I'm here to collect your crabs. And also steal your treasures. Mickey's prison escape. Why do people vote for them? Because England is like a massive, gigantic shithole where most people basically like are just racist, essentially. That's also fair. The alternatives, well, aren't much better because, you know, like, the Lib Dems will just like, they can't really form a government by themselves most of the time, so they form coalitions and just do whatever their coalition partner says. Like the last one was the Tories. Labour basically aren't doing, like, they're meant to be opposition right now, and after like a really exciting start where they got this left-wing madman in who's like old guard hardcore, got arrested at like human rights protests for like gay marriage and shit in like the 60s and 70s, and tried to bring the IRA into Parliament to have a chat because he feels that's the best way to handle it, and he was right. Now he just doesn't do anything. He just kind of agrees with what the Tories... He just kind of like yells about the Tories, but then doesn't actually do anything to stop them, or stop anything, or try and make any of this better. A lot of Schrodinger's billionaires play a part as well. Also true. I mean, hey, we got some signs that things how could potentially get better. Like the council elections on Friday, again yesterday, were ridiculous. Well, they were on Thursday technically, and then the results were all Friday. But you know, the results were like counted and released all Friday, and like, some in the Saturday morning. Like, you know, like the Lib Dems like have been like extremely hardcore openly, like we're gonna kill Brexit, we're gonna stop it, we're gonna like stay in the European Union, and they made the maddest gains in like the local council elections, which doesn't technically mean anything, because like the councils are just the people who decide what, like, how your bins are collected and how like your streets are maintained and shit. But they are basically a litmus test for like the public mood right now, and the public mood is apparently just openly voting for parties that will kill Brexit at the expense of parties trying to make Brexit happen, at the severe expense of parties trying to make Brexit happen. It's fucking great. Luigi's downstairs meowing softly. He has food, I'm pretty sure, so I think he just wants attention, but he's not going to come in to me and get it. He's going to sit down there and meow at the living room door until he gets let in, because he wants in. I might go down and fetch him in a second if he keeps squeaking. When are the next elections? The next general election technically isn't for not 7 years now. It was one last year. Like early last year, I think it was. Because that was the one Theresa May called to try and get like a bigger majority so she could do everything freely. And then she fucked up and completely destroyed the Tories' actual majority they had. They won't be pro-Brexit bins. That trash will be European, goddamn. It's like 7 years after... again, I didn't do my fucking magic. Oh, the crabs. Oh, the crabs. Oh, we shall claim the crabs. Come to me, my children. Oh, I've hit the limit. They're gonna make me go to the port and... Ye monsters. I had enough crabs, but I was like A, exploring the island, and B, just trying to get more crabs because I'm pretty sure we keep them.
Be back in a trice.
He's just gonna take our crabs and do some magic, it's fine. Hello, Luigi.
There, mates. Fit to sail any sea.
Come on.
Now, Sora.
This is 6 years away max, but one can be called nearly any time depending on what happens. Yeah, basically that's what I'm gonna say. It's coming sooner rather than... I did see the UKIP numbers. UKIP had like 173 councillors going into the elections, and they lost 145 of them. They have only 31 councillors left. They have like fucking no one left. They only have like one MP in Parliament and like only 31 councillors. They're destroyed. They're gone.
Why do you keep
basically
saying final?
It's fucking amazing.
Like you're leaving.
Yeah, it's because this me has run his course, mate.
Crabs.
This
Crabs.
You.
Aye, the surrogate me that the goddess of the sea sent here to help you lot. Of course, any me is still me. I may be duplicatable, but I'm always incomparable.
Even the Green Party has like 8 times the number they do. Yeah, the Greens like surged like 200 councillors after being like only having a handful.
Has a crucial
Like, they went crazy this year. As did, like, Alliance over here, and, like, openly socialist parties here went nuts. Here in Northern Ireland, like, parties that, like, people before profit got, like, their first councillors and shit.
It's for pirates to resolve.
Alliance, like, cross-community, like, left-wing, everyone be nice party is, like, surging in growth and all that. Look at the crabs. Oh, the crabs. Jack is crabs. The crabs. They flee. Look at him. He has become one with the crabs.
So, Jack was showing us the way.
Even if he did get tricked.
And then tricked us with crabs. This world is just
He said it was the pirates' battle to fight.
art. Oh god, that's not how you want to get crabs. You ever had crabs so bad that you were literally just crabs? Like the actual crustaceans?
Come on, let's find
To help with the
real
wallow
Jack.
mat, I already decided which party to vote on the European elections. It's a small party, they'll probably not get enough votes, but I agree with them on most things. I mean, that's basically the way to do. Them and Sinn Féin, Alliance doing well is nice. Them and Sinn Féin gained in my area, UUP gained 3, and DUP lost 5, so overall slightly less units overall. That's kind of the overall thing. Like, the pattern across Northern Ireland was, like, unionists, I'd say. I think, like, the DUP ultimately gained overall in Northern Ireland as a whole, but it was, like, unionist parties in general, I'd say, them have lost, like, pretty hard. Like, even, like, the UUP, like, tanked heavy losses across Northern Ireland. They lost, like, a ton of people.
You made a deal with me,
Alliance,
Jack,
like, gained
to
a ton.
deliver
The
the
Greens,
pirates.
Northern Ireland's Green Party
here
also
they are.
gained a ton. Independents gained a ton.
bashful.
Like, people before
Step up.
profit and,
Claim your
like,
reward.
gained, like, quite a few. And they openly say that they're socialist and shit, and that was really funny to me to see.
Sparrow, your debt to me is still to be satisfied.
This fucking man, look at him.
100 years in servitude aboard the Dutchman.
A bard.
As a start,
That was
Start.
you escaped.
I propose an exchange. Will leaves with us.
His lack of nose upsets
and you
me.
can take Jack.
Done.
Done.
Undone.
Done.
Jack's one of the 9 pirate lords. You have no right.
King,
As you command, your nips.
Nips.
Scurvy blackguard.
Easy there, mate.
Still the idea in my head of
You
how
wouldn't want to
incredible it would
damage the
be, speaking
leverage
of all
now, would
this.
you?
He doesn't need to know with that many tentacles. The tentacles do the sniffing for him.
Now.
That's the fucking eyes. Breathe. I can smell you, Jack. Look at my eyes.
Advise your
If
brethren.
there was another vote in Meg's Brexit,
You
the
can
DLC was
fight,
going to pass
and
only
all
for
of you
Sinn
will
Féin
die.
MPs to enter
Or
Westminster
you
for the
can
first
not
time and
fight,
vote against it,
in
the
which
resultant
case
defeat.
only most
It'd
of
be
you will
real
die.
life Kino. I fully agree. Like, that would be the greatest thing ever if, like, just the moment it was going to, like,
will fight.
seem like it was past, the
you
Sinn
will
Féin MPs,
die.
like, stopped their extensionism, walked in and voted it down, and just walked back out. That would just be art. That would just, like, that would be the funniest shit. Like, that would be the capstone on what has been, like, just the funniest fucking shit these past 2 years. That would just be like, this is nigh, like, movie worthy. This is cinema. So yeah, ship upgrades. You upgrade them and get more cannons and HP by getting crabs and stuffing the crabs inside your boat. And then the crabs make your ship really hardcore. We have like a level 3 ship now because we got like a ton of crabs. But your ship level can just keep going up to like level 9. Or still, I think level 9. So we need a lot of crabs. They do say life is stranger than fiction. Yeah. I mean, you'll never say never. Anyway, before we go anywhere, let's go for a dive. Because there's just a whole open undersea water area here, which is like no shit about. Like boxes to break, a few chests to find, food to steal, fish to kill. No, it's waterfish. Waterfish? Firefish. All fish are waterfish. Except when they're lava fish. Or landfish. That happens sometimes. Yeah, just look how wide open this is. I do love how open the bay here is. Flying around it was real fun. It is, it's just really, really good. I just love, like, Sea Blizzard. But that is not just default, that's on ice right now. Alright. Whoops. But yeah, like, it's just comedy, all of it. Yeah, after a point, you just can't stop being sick of it. You just start fucking laughing. It's just fucking like there's nothing else you can really do or say about it. Just laugh, laugh and grow fat. I feel like Sea Thunder is like pretty strong right now because it's scaling off of Thunder Go automatically. Oops, not close enough. That's fine now. I'm at it. Let's finally fix this now that I'm thinking about it. Sadly, there's no sea water spell. Funny. I mean, I guess technically there is. It's basically one of your attacks is like launching water spell style projectiles. Become destroyed. Now we're at MP. Oh well. So the jellyfishes give it like a really nice look as well in general. You don't want to go into the open sea, really. I don't know if it actually like lets you out there or anything, but I get the feeling like bad things happen. Ow. Oh, alright, get away from the jellyfish. Fucking jellyfish. I know David's burning to talk about a thing, but you're gonna have to wait till I get on the boat. Which will be after I grab this. Alright. On the way we go. Damn it, Sora. Alright. Off we go. First, you know, let's just go here. You won't let me set the cursor yet. I'm not rushing for it, just didn't want to miss it. Fair enough. Is this the massive world? Yeah, by far. I think even if you count up like the actual island landmass together, it still is like the biggest. Like, more or less, like, if only by a hair.
That must be Shipwreck Cove, the place that Jack told
Yeah,
us
basically,
about.
and like, the final battle is open in there, and you can go to it at basically any point now, but you can also explore the islands, get items, treasures, crabs to upgrade your ship, go around engaging in ship battles and shit. It's really cool. Why would you let... I could have sworn there was a waypoint thing you said. Maybe I'm just cruising. But yeah, like, with the sea especially considered, it is far and away the biggest world. Like, by far. I lightly bumped a piece of undersea rock. Go to hell. Did I ever play Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake? I have indeed. Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake is actually really cool. It's like very innovative for its time as well. Except the shit that game pulls off on the MSX is ridiculous. White crabs. Every fight you get into gives you a glob of crabs on the sea.
Jack said shipwreck cove, right? Careful!
I know. I should move it around this. There we go. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It is extremely good. Like, it's really fucking cool as a game. To the point that, you know, when it came time to make Metal Gear Solid, it's almost a remake of Metal Gear 2. Repeats a lot of the same plot points, even character types and all. And some of the, actually even quite a few of the, I want that crab, I know it's only one, but I want him. This was my first time like 2 years ago, and it still blew me away, so goddamn good. I also played it 2 years ago. Too bad we'll never get another good Metal Gear. Yeah. At the same time, like, I'm kind of not too sad. Because Kojima wanted to be free of the series, like, after Metal Gear Solid 1. He didn't want to make a 2. And then he was basically pressed into making a 2, and he made, like, fucking, like, one of the finest pieces of art the industry and, like, fucking, like, games as a media in general has ever seen. And then everyone hated it because, oh, I didn't get to play as Solid Snake, it's not very cool. I hate this. A fishing male, though. Are you the fish I can steal? Are you Ames? Yeah, I should do Metal Gear on these streams at some point. Just, why not? Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. Riding as a dipshit doesn't make the gameplay any worse. To be fair, you're making me want to play stream MGS. David, you literally said you want to stream like fucking everything. Every time I mention a game, you go like, I want to stream that. It's like, David, I want to stream games too. He's like, I gotta stream Demon's Souls, and David's like, I'm gonna stream the entirety of From Souls like library. It's like, fuck. Yeah. I haven't played the Metal Gear Solid games. I would recommend them basically in a heartbeat. Like, Metal Gear Solid 1 is like slightly is slightly aged because, you know, like, it didn't make full use of like analog sticks and shit because, you know, PS1 games are weird about that. Metal Gear Solid 2 is like one of the finest pieces of art in the whole industry. Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. Strictly speaking, Subsistence, Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, like the re-release, the best version. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Metal Gear Solid 4 has problems, but it's still fucking like rad. Metal Gear Solid 5 I mixed on. I think the story is generally quite fucking weak. Done very poorly. But gameplay is decent to pretty good. It has like a lot of the management stuff I really liked that it did it better than Peace Walker did. Peace Walker I actually wouldn't recommend. It's weird and you kind of need people to play it with you. That's just me. And Metal Gear Rising is like just fucking rad. Exactly, that's the problem. I have too many. I state again, good sir, do it. Probably not all in a row, and who knows when. I would recommend playing it. Like, Metal Gear Solid 1 is only like, even with all cutscenes, you're talking like, that's like what, an 8 hour, 9 hour, 10 hour game? Like, It's not very long. When you know what you're doing, it's like Resident Evil, where if you know what you're doing, the game gets short as hell because you can just like ace all of it. Like a lot of the game is like finding your way around and working shit out. Metal Gear Solid 2 is considerably longer. Peace Walker's incredible and Gavin's just jealous he couldn't think of names that good. A lot of the reason I'm not fussed on Peace Walker was because like you should play it with me, but you had already like beaten everything in it, so you were like the Giga God King. So when it came to like co-op missions, you'd walk in, you'd shoot shit, it'd die instantly, and we were doing missions where every time I tried to hit shit, I just did nothing, and it's just kind of like, great. I'm glad. We just kind of sped through the story and all that. It's like, where is your head? Why am I not locking on to it? Why? I'm aware I kind of ruined Peace Walker for you. And maybe at some point I'll give it another shot and like by myself and see if I can like do it fine. Metal Gear PS Breaker. Basically, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Is this the island? What? No, this isn't the island. We'll have to run all the way around. I'd say it's co-op and it hurts the game and you're a lot better playing it solo. I mean, if it's balanced for like solo play, that's good. Like one of my concerns with it, having played it, is like, what if it does the thing where like you basically have to fuck off and grind for you just to actually get anywhere in it. All the crabs. Just remind, see, I'm not reminding me, I need to use the summon we got. Just to show it off at least once. What bonuses do you confer, good sir? Yeah, you're just a straight upgrade on that, so that's that sorted. Star Charmer is like not quite a straight upgrade on that. The next one I was like would be. Nothing strictly speaking great. Wait, on like 40 strength? I'll take like the -1 in strength for like a +1 in magic and more AP. Magic Flash. If we don't have room for them. We do have room for them. We'll take Form Change Extender for now. I didn't find that, and in fact I found the early bits where you did adopt to not using the Silence Trank Win button because of where you are in developing stuff was great. Fair enough. I should have given it like an hour shot again at some point by myself then. And I have like the stuff I wanted to try, like experiment, like you know, see if I can get like PS3 recording working in this capture card, so I wouldn't need to get a new old Elgato. I need to actually like sit down and do that and see if it works, but I just keep forgetting to. And if I do, then fuck yeah, we got PS3 games. There's quite a few of them I want to do. Whoop, camera having fun. It's Donald standing out here not doing anything. It's fine, it's cool. Well, everything's up and running, so fuck it. Let's take the weird shit. It's fine. What was I gonna say? But yeah, like I guess once David decides it's an extreme project, which I think will probably be Bloodstained, I'll have to like decide, man, and I might try and just like snipe either like Demon Souls or like the Metal Gear Solid games from you, just so to lighten your load, as it were. Got the loads I want to play myself though. Not even just backlogs, so just in general. One of us should do the thing like what I've ended up doing for Kingdom Hearts, where just do the entire Metal Gear Solid lot all in one shot. Not even Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear I should specify. You know, like start from Metal Gear 1 and go all the way up. Level 4. It's nice you don't have to like bring the crabs anywhere to catch them in. Just once you hit like the amount. I'm currently feeling Devil May Cry 1 next, but we'll see. It's fucking man. It's fucking the NES one. I mean, when I said Metal Gear 1, I was referring to the MSX original Metal Gear 1. But I feel like you absolutely should take the NES ones. Just, even if you don't beat them, give them a whirl. Or I guess I'll give them a whirl. I didn't enjoy Metal Gear 1 at all. Metal Gear 1, if you're playing the MSX version, is kind of hamstrung by being a lot more limited. Like, Kojima hadn't gone, like, fucking apeshit yet. But it's kind of important because it basically forms the basis for, like, you know, it gives a foundation for, like, the amazing thing that is Metal Gear 2. And Metal Gear 2 was then basically the basis for, like, the entire rest of the series. In a way. Oh, fine. I like to do the Metal Gear 1 partially to play them all again, but also because I didn't actually play a Metal Gear 1 or Metal Gear 2. That's fun, actually. And I feel like you should do that then. If you're going to do the Metal Gear 1, by all means do it, because if you haven't played this, go for it. Maybe you should like recreate your big boss emblem run in Metal Gear Solid 4. Don't ask me to do mine. I served my tour of duty. I got the platinum. Only because the game didn't have trophies when David did it, so he couldn't get it. It wasn't retroactive. And I feel sorry for him for that every day. I would have relinquished Souls to you, but if you don't play Dark Souls 2, I'll call you many names. That's kind of the problem. I don't want to play Dark Souls 2. I don't. Even knowing that it's probably like patched up and better if I buy it on PS4 or PC now or whatever. I don't want to play Dark Souls 2. I don't want to play Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, I hope they don't poke a hole in the ship.
Alright. Confinement Island. Off to the right. Don't you already do that, David? I mean, he does. But I assume he means, like, you know, like, crueler names than normal. He might call me, like, a festooned ginger or something. Still salty about that, but I don't think I could face do another MGS4 big boss run. Alright. Fucking crybabies. I wasn't being very serious. Because part of it is that you would have to skip all cutscenes because the timer for gameplay still runs in cutscenes. So to get the 5-hour, like under 5-hour limit for the big boss emblem, you have to like skip all cutscenes. That's where a lot of the fun and magic is. Got the fish, just seize them from the sea. You shouldn't stream Dark Souls at all because I haven't played it yet. Entirely valid. I've all manner of other games I want to do. I want to do like Suda 5-1s, PS3 games, Shadows of the Dam, Lollipop Chainsaw, Ranko Tsukigime. I don't have Black Knight, whenever it was, and I don't really intend because I did play it on 360. I did own it on 360 and played it, and it wasn't very good. If I can get No More Heroes PS3 version working, because like David had, I didn't actually play. I bought it, didn't get around to it. David tried it, and apparently it didn't agree with his controller. Like, at least he had a 6-axis at the time instead of a DualShock 3, and it didn't like it. But if I can get it working because I have a DualShock 3, then, you know, fucking off we go. Shadows of the Damned, that'll be a good one. Oh boy. Shadows of the Damned is fucking art. I love that game. Ranko Tsukigime is also art. I feel like I remember like ages ago, before I had like actual stream setup, like well before even using OBS, when it was just like you're streaming out of like Elgato software. I actually did stream Ranko Tsukigime, but that's like long gone. Isn't that the game with the talking gun that's a dick joke? Oh yes, yes it is. And many other things besides. We now have access to Thundaza because it's the grand magic for using Thundaga a lot. And it's basically just a screen clear. A lot of the Za and Ja spells are screen clears, but this especially. Please stop soaking me with water, I don't need any more baths. Finished Travis Strikes Again, US. I genuinely mean when I'm doing it this weekend. Like, I'm gonna start that tomorrow. I actually was gonna do it like earlier today, but then you wanted to watch anime. So I was like, yeah, let's watch anime instead. Because I also wanted to watch anime. But I will beat that tomorrow, basically. I'm just gonna spend all day tomorrow playing it, because I intend to beat it and get it written up, because I'm fascinated by it. And I also want to get done before, you know, like, whenever MomoCon is, wherever that is, whenever that happens. I want to, like, have it done, ready for when Studio announces his next madness, or whatever he's doing there. Added Wuppo and Killer 7 to my backlog. Let's see when I get around to playing them. Valid, but you need to finish that shit. Again, we're getting that shit finished. I'm doing that tomorrow. Tomorrow, Monday, because we have Monday off. Look at the crabs. Look at them go. Come to me, my children. Burn for me, my children. But we're smooth as hell. I'd use that as a segue into what me and David want to talk about. So yeah, fuck it, we'll do that now. So, like, me and David today, speaking of children and burning, mainly children. The burning is just incidental. But, yeah. We watched The Promised Neverland today. David had already watched it. All except that the final episode. He watched it as it was coming out. And I haven't watched it at all, because it skipped me past. Momo's in a bit over 2 weeks, I believe. Good to know. Fucking waiting for it. It better be, like... Probably, I don't know what it could be, but I'm hoping it's a remaster. Preferably on Switch, of No More Heroes 1 and 2. But yes, we watched Promised Neverland today, like earlier today. We started at like 1:30, a bit before 1:30, and we just watched the whole thing. It's like 12 episodes. It's only one season right now, but season 2 is like next year. That show is fucking ridiculous. I love that show. It's amazing. Level 5. Slow down. Don't go into the dead zone. I remember there was a funny scene, Killer is Dead, involving a train, but I can't remember what it was about. I need to search for that on YouTube.
We need to go in prepared, or we'll only get in the way.
Yep. So yeah, Promised Neverland. That's a fucking mad show. I like, if you're in the, I didn't realize we're actually still moving. We searched for there. Stop. Please cease movement. Alright, we're good. I have Killer is Dead. It was getting away for streaming some time ago. I never actually played Killer is Dead. I intended to, but just never got around to it. If the PC port's any good, I'll actually like get the PC port, I think, rather than the PS3 version, just because like, hopefully 60 FPS. So I know the PS3 one was like 30 because Unreal Engine 3 and all that. You touch the water. No, come back. Don't do this. I need you. My children will have you. Yeah, Promised Neverland is like, the basic premise is like it's a bunch of kids in an orphanage and things aren't quite right. Things are weird. You know, like kids keep getting adopted when they turn like 12 and then you never hear from them again. Like the head of the orphanage is just called Mom and keeps going like, don't like do this, like you know, like they don't go through the gate, don't go over like there's like a fence in the forest, don't go past it, bad things happen. And fuck me, do bad things happen. And the show is like, I don't really want to spoil anything, so I'm not gonna say that, but what I'm gonna say is I've never like felt so outplayed by a show. Like, I went, it's like tell me like this is a show about like 12-year-olds in like a weird orphanage where like weird things happen and they have to like work it out. I think it's gonna be like, you know, like a fairly standard mystery thing. It's gonna be, oh yeah, and there's monsters or whatever, like there's weird shit happening with like the people running the thing, like they're doing something weird. And it's probably like something involving like monsters or crimes or, you know, genetic scientists like using them for whatever. And you know, I figured it'd just be like, like rises to a mad action thing, but it's mostly kids being spooked and running away. And then this show just like flips me onto my back and just beats the living shit out of my stomach. It just murders the shit out of my brain because just everyone in this show is like some sort of gigabrain mega planner. It's fucking mad. This show goes places like this. And none of these trees have crabs left, do they? They don't. like, it's just like tactical plays by like these fucking kids trying to like work out what's happening and get around like the staff of the orphanage and all that. Work out like what the hell's happening, where the kids go and all this. And like how to get out. Like if you like, I would not believe you if you told me going into this that this is like one of the most cerebral things in like anime or manga for a while, or shonen anime and manga specifically for a while. But it is. It's fucking arcane. Because it doesn't look, or like, you know, just if you see the art style, you'd be like, nah, that's like this little cutesy show. Not at all. Not at all. Like, again, I don't want to like go full tilt screaming about everything that happens in it, because I could just like babble excitedly for like just everything that happened in that, and just going about like on and on. That it's like, it's a mystery show, and it's like a fucking fantastic mystery show. Where like it gives you enough that you can like follow along and try and work stuff out ahead of time, while also just like putting off mad plays and shit like that. And set like everything gets like linked and set up and paid off and everything, and you're like, it's just so good. And, like, I'm trying really hard not to spoil anything, but it's just so good. Want to drift around in the water a bit and see if they keep singing. It's really satisfying that you love it. I just spent the last 4 months reading about it. Yeah, like every week whenever you watch an episode, you come to me and just go like, oh, Gavin, it's so good. And like those assholes and all that. And I agree fully. Having watched it, I agree fully. Like, you were entirely right about it. Just like, fuck me. Like that's based off like a manga running in Shonen Jump, which is like the big go-to. Like, it's like the big go-to, you know, like serialized manga magazine in Japan. Like that's where like Dragon Ball Z ran. That's like where One Piece, Naruto, like Bleach, all the biggest shit, like all that runs in there. Like My Hero Academia runs in that and all. And then there's like the Promised Neverland is just in there, and it's just like, it's baffling that it's in there, because it blows like shit like Hero Academia out of the fucking water. Like the direction of like the anime, like shot composition, all that, like it's extremely, you'll notice it. It's very deliberate and it's fucking fantastically done. Like the direction of the anime is stellar. It's like, it's another one of those shows that like has the accolade of like making proper and good use of CG, for instance. Like the way it uses like shots, like the way like it makes like the camera, so to speak, move around, like the way it builds tension with its incidental moments and all that. Like there's one point where it just deliberately draws out someone walking across a room, and it just builds tension like nothing else. Like it's fucking nuts. Like even in this, like in scenes where it ostensibly shouldn't be tense or anything, like just two 12-year-olds talking in a wood, like in the forest, and you're just kind of like, holy shit, what is happening? You just can't, like, there's something gonna happen, like it's building, like the music is building, something is gonna happen, like what's the fuck? Please stop doing your goddamn sand dash, you monster. Of course you would turn your invincible backward. Fucking prick. I see the big one over there, so this is good, get him. It's interesting they all run slow motion for like all of this animation, actually. I expected like it would run out when you get into the air and all that, but it doesn't actually. But yeah, like a lot of the anime's direction. The anime is like comes easily recommended as well, because I haven't read the manga, but if this is in any way like a bad adaptation somehow, like the manga must be like the greatest thing known to God, because this adaptation was fucking rad. Like this show worked so well just as a show. Damn, it sounds interesting, but I have so much anime, so much. I mean, when I get my hard drive off, yeah, I'll like throw it on there and you can like have it go nuts with it. Give me your flesh and shells. The crabs bleed. I don't think crabs bleed, I think that's like a myth. But yeah, like, if you need an anime to watch and you like mystery stuff and like extremely tense, somewhat horror stuff. The Promised Neverland is, I'm already downloading it, Gavin, I'm weak. Yes, dude, this grows in power for everyone who watches The Promised Neverland. Do it, it's fucking great. Like, it's just so good. Like, it's just fucking rad. Like, we just watched that from like 2, and like, basically by episode 3, I was like, they said that was the point he got sucked in. That was the point I was sucked in. I was already like quite interested in what it was doing, where it was going, and then episode 3 happens, and I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm locked in. So we're fucking going. I have to see where this is going, what's happening, and it just keeps going from there. Like, it's just goddamn great. And the fact that that's in like Shonen Jump, like, you know, the home of this like battle anime and, you know, like brainless comedies and like standard issue battle anime. These guys hit so hard. Battle anime like Hero Academia. It's baffling to me. Like, I don't know like how I got into that magazine, but I bless the fucking editor for like letting that in, because that is like one of like the finest selections they made. I'm glad it got in there, because that means it gets like loads of attention. That's how it got its anime, because it got loads of attention, got really popular, and then it got the anime adaptation like funded by Shonen Jump and all that. The OP and First ED are fucking bangers. They are. The OP, like, we didn't skip it. That every episode we just watched that through. Like, we didn't skip that. It looks really nice, but the song itself is a banger. The soundtrack in this show in general is really good. Pardon me. Like, it's all like extreme. There's like a lot of guitar and there's like, a lot of like sling, like jazzy sax stuff in it. Like, it sounds really cool. It's really good. It always fits the scenes too. Like, they use music extremely well in that, which is always lovely to see. I find the cutscene. It's hilarious. I'll have to watch out for that. Yeah, at some point I should do it. I'll just do Killer's Dead basically blind, actually. I haven't played it, but I will do it basically blind. Like the pseudo game run, why not? I touched at a good point in that recent video where while he didn't name drop Promised Neverland, he showed it a fair amount. But it's basically a non-battle battle anime. That's actually a really good way of putting it. I remember him like in one of his like the State of Shonen Jump videos where he's like talking about all the like a lot of the new series in Shonen Jump, like Dr. Stone, and like the interesting directions they take and how like they differ from the usual fare of the magazine. Like he kind of like did the prototype of like that non-battle battle anime point in those videos. Like he did like, I wouldn't recommend watching like, well, I'd recommend watching it. It's good shit, but I wouldn't recommend like watching the bit where he talks about Promised Neverland, because I always skipped over it because he says he's gonna explicitly spoil it. And I would recommend going to this anime unspoiled entirely. Just fucking go into it knowing only the basics, like basic setting, and off you go. Probably shouldn't have keep fighting the sand monsters, but you know. Take how a battle anime builds its moments of chaos, but apply it to mind games and threats of the scenario. Yeah, that's actually a really superb way of putting it, because that's what it does. Man, these guys taking a long time to kill. Yeah, we're basically just fighting like 6 or 7 mini-boss enemies at once. However many there were. They all have like 4 health bars each, and like they don't need to be hitting their head. And they do such damage. I think the fresher you are, the better experience you get from it. I would agree, because I went in basically knowing like nothing but like orphanage where like spooky shit happens. Because, you know, as always. And then knowing it was also like in Shonen Jump as well. That's like the most I knew. It was in Shonen Jump and it was like fairly popular. And like, that's nuts to me. I did download another anime that he talked about in that video because it sounds amazing. Like in the new one he put out today. I still have to watch it because I basically was like launched straight into this from after we finished Promised Neverland. The only anime YouTuber worth watching is obviously Digibro. Yeah, man, obviously. I can't believe Zombieland Saga lost out to JoJo for character design. What do you do? Fuck, this is not right. And then, you know, just have a mental breakdown. God. Oh, that's why that box didn't work. It's a chest. Berserker trophy. These are actually some really good shit to get from here. I didn't actually do this island on my first run until like I came back after I'd done like the whole game, so a lot of this didn't matter to me. That's actually some really good shit to get at this point. The Exorcist especially is like a high-end gear. The student council president and the daughter of a famous politician who love each other, but neither will admit it, and the whole thing is basically a battle anime, but with affection and trickery to try and get the other to admit their love first. But it's players. I think I know this one. This is I haven't watched it, but this is like Kaguya-sama Love is War, isn't it? Shonen meets Phoenix Wright. That sells me on that really well. That's a really fantastic way to put it. Is that what it's called? Like Kaguya-sama? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Like the girl with like the black hair, like red ribbon? Or is that a different show? I'm pretty sure that's what that show is. You had me at Phoenix Wright. Had me at Phoenix Wright and all. Give me name. That it is, and it seems great. Yeah, so Kaguya-sama, like Kaguya. Love is War. That's the name of it. I did notice, like, I didn't actually, like, I've seen just, like, some of the joke scenes from that, because, like, people post about them, and it also seems pretty funny. I haven't seen them, like, otherwise apart from that. Like, I've seen involving volleyball and someone dancing, and that was about it. I think that's all this island is, just the big beach and big fight, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's a different island I'm thinking of. Give me water. Yeah, it's a good time for like shonen stuff. Kaguya-sama wa Kokura Setai is the Japanese name. Yes. Oh yeah, like Promised Neverland is like, what was Promised Neverland? It's like Yokusake wa Neverland, wasn't it? Something like that. In case you can't find it under a Promised Neverland name, but I feel like you should be able to find it under that. Unless you're like watching it on the stream, but you know, don't watch it on, like only watch it on the stream when you're like watching it at the same time with someone like Rabbit or something. Always download otherwise. if you can, that is. Find both. Good. I need to get the Kaguya-sama at some point. There was another show I wanted to watch that was like in the winter, like late winter, early spring season. Which I mainly wanted to watch because it was another Cygames anime. It's actually based on one of their games. And characters from like Grand Blue called like Mineria Friends or Mysteria Friends, one of the two. They had like both of those names. I forget which it is. And that just seemed like a nice little slice of life thing. But I don't know whether I recommend that one because I haven't watched it. But it seemed nice enough. And like, you know, like after Zombieland Saga, I kind of trust Cygames to make like decent shows. You can fast travel islands you've been to if they're big enough to matter. We'll go to that one next. Yeah, well, let us in. Like, I'm pretty sure we can't trigger the final fight by going there and like driving over a barrier. We should be fine going here. But yeah, like it's extremely good show. Like it's just all like mind games and like high tension and like a lot of like vaguely horror shit. And it's also like supremely good pacing. Like I mentioned that in my one of my tweets about it. But like my biggest problem with Hero Academia, like the biggest manga outside of One Piece in Shonen Jump right now, is that its pacing is fucking terrible. Like it's breakneck, super fast pacing when it absolutely shouldn't be. It's running itself out and get like racing through everything and like not using anything cool. It's just like wrecking itself by going too fast. And Donald, we're nowhere near the fucking. God damn it, Donald. But yeah. As I said, Donald fucking broke my focus, my train of thought. Such as it is. Yeah, like Hero Academia's pacing was really fucking terrible. And like it's ridiculous because like The Promised Neverland runs at the same time. It's like, you know, like Hero Academia author, if you need some tips, just like, you know, like get a copy of the magazine you're in and turn a few pages over because it's right fucking there. At least it is for like the first 37 chapters, which the anime apparently covers of the manga. Like, it's really fucking well paced. Like, it starts out fast and like it alternates going like slow and fast as it needs to, and it does it extremely well. Not more monkey business. The gimmick of this island is like literally it's all monkeys. If I remember right. I think that's the island thing. Yeah. One of these islands is everything on it's a monkey, heartless. But yeah, basically just, you know, you ever get the thirst for another anime binge, for instance, just like fucking go for it. Like, Promised Neverland just comes recommended. I haven't actually like paid attention to like what's airing this season because, you know, just I'm having a hard enough time keeping up my fucking video games. Never mind anime and all that. But I should. Like, should have a look after this actually and see if there's anything I want to see. Ah, yes, it's the one with like loop around the whole island, get up there, leap off, and all this to break this fucking box. Fucking monkey trouble. Yeah, I had no idea what was wrong right now. Yeah, this all. Need to like go have a look. Hero Academia Season 4 is like late in the year. And that's basically all I know for like anime this year. Even that I'm just kind of watching like others. Just to see if they actually turn it around, but I'm pretty sure they don't, because everything I've heard suggests that the next leg of the manga is like the part people really don't like. And that doesn't bode well. One Punch Man is running, I think, but I haven't heard many kind of... Yeah, no, like... It's not even just like heard, like I've actually like seen clips of like One Punch Man Season 2 and it's just terrible. It's just like they've just wrecked that fucking show. The One Punch Man Season 1 is goddamn fantastic and like an instant classic. One Punch Man Season 2 is a fucking disaster because Madhouse were busy. And instead of waiting for Madhouse to not be busy, they just decided they fuck it, we'll just give it to someone who, like JC stuff. JC stuff don't do like action anime or anything, they're mostly like slice of life stuff. Just, you know, give it to them, it's fine. Can't possibly go wrong. It went wrong. It went hideously wrong because they can't animate a fucking action show at all. Like, instead of like all the really tight, super smooth, like extremely like high definition animation Season 1 had, it's now like lots of still shots, lots of, you know, like characters just standing around like just flapping lips at each other doing nothing. A lot of the direction is really flat or like just completely misses the point of stuff. There's like some good animators working on this show. Like there's occasionally like apparently there's occasionally like shots that are like actually decent enough, but nothing on the level of Season 1, and most of it is just shit. I did get Mob Psycho 100 Season 1 recently. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard good things about it and incredibly good things about Season 2. I've also heard great things about Mob Psycho 100, but also haven't watched it, which is from the same guy as One Punch Man, like the same manga author, and like the studio for that one is Studio Bones, who are also pretty good action animators, as demonstrated because I remember I've seen like clips from. We don't have an open animation for the chest because we're using Twin Yo-Yo. I basically heard that Season 2 is basically what people wanted Season 2 of One Punch Man to be. Holy shit! I'll have to give that a look down. I'll have to finally catch up on that. See, I still never finished Code Geass R2 because it wasn't fully released when I watched the show, and then I started watching a different show and forgot about it. The struggle. Oh, speaking of anime, David, I mean, this is also pertinent to everyone else who like is interested to know, and also Nocturne actually. No confirmation yet, but I did notice like all the anime who were the distributor for Penguin Highway here in the UK. A lot of the other films they distributed, like one called like Makuya, like the Flower Blooms or something like that. They like distributed that like last year, and it was in the cinema, had like a limited cinema run like Penguin Highway did. They're releasing it on Blu-ray like this month or something, like in a few weeks, so they just released it. Like they're doing like all the promos on Twitter for it. So there's hope. There's hope we might actually get Penguin Highway on Blu-ray over here. I'll let everyone know. Like, the moment that actually does get announced and hit, if it does, I will go apeshit. You'll see me going nuts on Twitter about it. And it comes easily recommended. That movie is fucking fantastic. So, like, nothing yet, but if they're already like doing like some of their other like obscure, like limited cinema run stuff on Blu-ray, like odds are fairly good we're gonna see Penguin Highway over here. Speaking of anime Blu-rays, this month, Gavin, yeah, this month. I already know what you're talking about. This month, it's like the 27th, isn't it?
Here we go.
It's finally here. Are we going to do the pile up to like watch it again like when it comes out, or we're gonna like roll it into like the June pile up? Like, what are we doing? Is Dragon Ball Super Broly is what we're talking about. I had 25th in my head. I'm pretty sure it's 27th because I pre-ordered it and the place I pre-ordered from says like shipping 27th or something like that. Unless like they're holding it back for 2 days for whatever fucking reason. 27th is a Monday, isn't it? That would make more sense. 27th, you were right. Yeah, okay. And I made... You said it's finally here, and I made you started doing a DK Rapid. Why am I like this? You are a trained monkey hammer. They have gotten to you. They control you. I think we gotta do a pile up the weekend, so I'm done with that. I'm fucking done with that. It and Shin Godzilla, absolutely. Like, I can arrange it for mine, I'm pretty sure. Like, if you can't, I'll arrange it for mine. Like, easily. But just pile up, we'll just pile in my living room, we'll just fucking watch it and Shin Godzilla back to back. Oh my god, I've been dying to watch, like, fucking Broly again. That movie is so goddamn good. It's like the best Dragon Ball anything. It's like the best movie, it's like also like the best Dragon Ball piece of media in general, I'd say. And like, just fuck me. It's also like the easily far and away the greatest thing. With like the super name on it. Because Battle of Gods was a Dragon Ball Z movie. Ah, my brothers, at long last. Hey. Don't think there's anything else up there, so off we go. I got My Hero Academia, like, what is it? 2 Heroes, isn't it? Yeah, 2 Heroes. And I still have I can almost certainly accommodate. I'll bring down this shit-kicking 4K TV. Excellent. Alright then, sick. Fucking Nocturne, like, come with us. You must see this glory. Sorry, I moved the mic there to turn around to face me. Yeah, that's good. That's good then. This is shit I want to hear. Oh, it's gonna be great. Yeah, I have 2 Heroes here. I want to watch that again, though, because 2 Heroes is also like the best. Like Dragon Ball Super is like the best My Hero Academia anything. Because it's like not written by the author of the manga. It's like mostly Studio Bones just doing their own thing, and it's fucking fantastic. I really love that movie. Really good. I have it sitting here. I need to watch that more. I don't know if that will suit as well as a general audience as Dragon Ball Super. No, see, yes, the movie is easily the best Dragon Ball Super thing. I guess that's the question. Like, do you think it's also like the best like Dragon Ball in general movie, or just like the best Dragon Ball Super thing? So I think it's my favorite Dragon Ball movie in general. It's like that, then Battle of Gods, and then for me it would probably be like Fusion Reborn actually, and then Cooler. So I just have a soft spot for Cooler. It's also incredibly refreshing to see a Dragon Ball thing to have actual fight choreography again, wasn't it? After ages of Super just having two people fly at each other and just kind of vaguely do the same punch motions over and over again. Seeing like actual fight choreography again was just amazing. I would say it's absolutely my favorite Dragon Ball movie. Yeah, like it's just like hands down almost. I need to get Battle of Gods on Blu-ray. We can find the island of the Pirate Lords. I already won't help. Alright, we have an AoE because we're using the claws. That's unfortunate. I still have an AoE thing, that's fine. Like, Blizzard Blaze just do a ton of damage as is. I should just have the sheer mobility, does the cheat around the move. Like so. Oh fuck me, you got me anyway. So many factors make it so, really. The art style is so disgustingly good in motion, for instance. Dragon Ball Z also only had characters standing in front of each other, repeating the same punch motion over and over. It actually didn't, like, yeah, like it did that for like lesser fights and all, but for a lot of like the major fights, Dragon Ball Z actually had like extremely cool, extremely tight fight choreography. Because it was all like just like lifted panel from the manga, and the manga is like a hard-to masterclass in just like action manga and like hard to panel, hard to like lay pages out. I didn't put all my potions back on. Fuck. Like there are points in fights where like it'll just be like two guys leaping at each other and just punching over and over again, but then there'll be just like entire sequences where like that guy kicks a guy like his opponent into the air, he's just already waiting for him up there, punts him away again. There's like fucking like world spinning all around as like he just races back towards him. Like it's fucking crazy. Really well done. Like when the show brought it, it brought it. Dragon Ball Super basically didn't bring it until like episode 110 and then like episode 111 as well, and then I think it's like episode 115 was when Ultra Instinct appeared again, and then didn't do really much of anything until like the final episode, and then the final episode is like one of the best parts of everything. I remember the Dragon Ball Z animations being absolutely terrible even for the time. Either you were watching like the Garlic Jr. saga or you don't remember Dragon Ball Z at all. How the fuck does that already have over 100 episodes? I mean, like Super finished last year. Like episode 130 was like the last one for Super, and that finished like last year. Oh, we run into a boss fight.
Fire! Take this!
This is the red orb shit I was thinking of. These ones just take multiple shots to break. I didn't put the shield up in time. Oh, that was unfortunate.
Hear my call!
Tornado can't save you, demon. Where's your other thing? It's not gonna show it. It's on the other side. That's gonna be unfortunate to get. I did watch most of it not long ago, and we're gonna have to like hardly disagree because a lot of the major fights in Dragon Ball Z had fucking fantastic choreography. And animation at that. Like when like the show brought like a lot of the time when it's just people talking, it's all like very still and static and all that. But whenever like it had to bring it, like Dragon Ball Z looked really fucking good. Like, the fight against Frieza, for instance, had like a lot of good shit, like Perfect Cell. The beam struggle section between like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Perfect Cell is like fucking amazing.
Let's storm their ship!
And while it wasn't a lot of motion in it, like stuff like the Super Saiyan 3 transformation sequence are just fucking legendary. Let's see, Last one so far, rumors are abound that the Broly made a mint. I mean, I figured they always, even if they didn't make Broly, or Broly didn't make the sheer amount of money it did, I'm pretty sure they intended to bring Super back for an RTV show. Because the manga is still going, and they only ended it because, like, they were moving production to do Broly. And because they basically ran out, they wanted to, like, pass the time slot to another one of their shows anyway. So I'm pretty sure, like, Super was always intended to come back in some form. And who knows, maybe I'll have learned. To be more specific, I watched Kai edit the guy with the German voices from Dragon Ball Z. I mean, Kai is just like regular Dragon Ball Z with like, just all like the resolution boosted and like all the coloring like done up like brighter and all that. But yeah, like, a lot of, like, the fights in Z, like, major fights in Z, like, granted, like, a lot of the minor fights are fairly standard, and, you know, just fairly standard stuff for the time. And you don't think they're standard for the time, like, trust me, they're standard for the time. In fact, they're actually on the better end for the time. I remember Sailor Moon. I remember Digimon. Oh god, I remember Digimon. I have a suspicion that if Broly hadn't done well, they would have done another Dragon Ball show, but it might not have been a new, brand new Dragon Ball Super show. I guess that's a good point. Like, if it wasn't Dragon Ball Super, it wouldn't be titled Dragon Ball Super if Broly didn't, like, fucking explode. Oh, we got Exile Island. We'll go there. That's the island we got, like, the boat on. God damn it. It's fine.
Sailing the open seas is the best.
It sure is relaxing.
You say so, Griffin. You're getting bombarded by pirates like every 5 feet. For some reason, this area of the map is just like rife with enemy encounters. Case in point.
Hear my call.
Come destroyed. Also, I did see it, but I didn't actually like say it like. But yeah, like you're right, David. Like original Dragon Ball also did have like a lot of like really good choreography and animation. Fights like Goku versus Jackie Chun, for instance. Basically, a lot of the World Tournament fights were also really good. Don't you leave, you motherfucker. I like the show to try and replicate the movie's lower detail style rather than using the Dragon Ball Super show art style they brought back. Yeah, I feel like the set Dragon Ball style is done by the artist. I forget his first name. Like surname is Yamamuro. The new one is what's his name? Nao Shintani or something. Like I know his surname is Shintani, and like it's like less detail, but like that's to be a lot bouncier and smoother and have a lot more detail in the actual motion and animation of it rather than the actual character model and shit, which makes it a lot easier to animate and a lot easier to animate really well and really fast, which helped make the movie fucking gorgeous. And I feel like if they adapt that like look for the show and give like the production crew actual time this time, because like Dragon Ball Super was extremely rushed for like the first 3 seasons, because it just didn't give the production team like any time to make anything. I think if I remember right, they were like actually making it like only finishing episodes like the week before that episode was due to air for a while. Oh yeah, Shintani, that's sure his first name is. He's got a grit style for sure. Yeah, fucking grit. I don't know, what is it?
Let's see.
Make open the fucking camera around again. No, we haven't been to this island. The crab is still here. There's just another island that was like a smaller version of this over in the Northern Sea. I realize now, I'm fine. I know where I am. Oh fuck. Also, another hope, to be fair, please Toei, don't have the first arcs of the show be redos of movies. Yeah, I actually do feel, I said this in my giant Dragon Ball Super, how I would, like, if I had to re-add Dragon Ball Super, here's what I would do. I do think that Super's like the TV adaptation of Resurrection F is better than the movie. That's kind of because the movie's kind of bad. And this show, by virtue of like actually using music, for instance, even if it doesn't use the glorious Maximum the Hormone Frieza theme, is at least generally better. I will also say, like, Dragon Ball Super, like, in its final arc, like, the, Universe Survival arc, oh shit, hey, crabs for days, did Frieza a lot better than, Frieza's, like, fucking movie did him. I would agree, but I did find the Battle of Gods redo in the show was pretty meh. I mean, I agree with that too. Like, the Battle of Gods redo in the show was fucking terrible. I wouldn't even say meh. I'd say it was fucking terrible. Like, it's just like, there's no reason for that to exist when Battle of Gods exists, because Battle of Gods just does everything in it far and away better. Whereas, like, the show version just wastes a load of time. There's a lot of characterization kind of shit and bad. And the animation's terrible. The art's also terrible. And the soundtrack's not as good. A lot of the execution's not as good. There's no fight choreography. There's no movie tier animation. All that. Whereas like Resurrection F the movie was kind of rushed and kind of eh. So the TV show could actually beat it on several points. Admittedly, I only saw parts of Dragon Ball 5 to 10 years after release during the late 90s, so I compared many of the shows that came out then, like the early episodes of Digimon, Naruto, and One Piece. I mean, like, Dragon Ball the anime is actually like from original Dragon Ball is like late 1980s or something like that, isn't it? Yeah, it's like late 1980s, and early Dragon Ball Z is like early 90s to mid 90s. So like stuff like Naruto and One Piece like all started up early 2000s when like animation in general was like a lot more developed and established. So they had an easier time with things, and Dragon Ball's animators did. I haven't watched the shows myself, so I could see them being like animated, certainly looking better, looking a lot cleaner. This is the empty one, god damn it. But I will reject Digimon though. I guess it depends on what Digimon season you're on about. They all started in 1999. I don't think Naruto's anime was in 1999 though. Wasn't it? I thought that was like 2003 or something. I want to check that. I might just fucking... Or maybe that's only when it aired in the UK. I don't know. Which I could believe. Well, I even believe I could just see happening. What gander? Naruto. Yeah, fuck it. Only you. Yeah, no, the anime started in 2002 in Japan. Yeah, Naruto manga was 1999. That's crazy. Man, I thought even the manga was like early 2000s. That's nuts to me. That's older than I thought it was. Like Digimon, like season 1 Digimon was like not animated very well. Like it cheated a lot with like still shots and recycled animation, even though like the art was pretty good. I really love Digimon. Like season 2 was also a lot like that. They got better about it in like season 3 Tamers, and I didn't watch any Digimon after Tamers. Tamers was fucking great. I think that's actually on like DVD or Blu-ray in the UK now. I know like Manga Entertainment brought like Digimon season 1 and 2 back. I don't know if they did Tamers. I need to buy anime and manga. I need to start building my collections outside of games, but there's so many games. Frieza in the final arc of DBS was a revelation. He really was. Frieza in Dragon Ball, like in Broly, in Super Broly, was just fucking art. Some way to make a 4Kids One Piece joke here, but I'm tired. Now that I think about it, I watched Naruto and One Piece much later than Dragon Ball. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure like they aired, I don't, in the UK, like not too long after those like stated Japanese dates. Because like those, like Naruto especially was like all the rage early 2000s. And the anime was fucking everywhere. Make people making their AMVs and shit were fucking everywhere.
Here we go.
Where are you? I hear teleporting in, but I don't see them. Oh, they fucked off. Okay. At the time I watched Digimon and Pokemon, I think. I watched Digimon and Pokemon as like a kid. I was like 6. I was like 5 and 6 when like Pokemon Season 1 was on there in the UK, and that was like 2000, like 1999, 2000. Dragon Ball Z was also on at the same time then. I don't remember, I don't, if Dragon Ball was on, I was like either before my time or like I was like 2 and didn't watch it. One show like I really loved as a kid was like it was on and around the same time as Digimon and Pokemon was Metabots. I fucking love Metabots. That's such a good thing. I've never played any of the Metabots games. Like, kind of want to, but they're like all the like the newest ones are like Japanese only. Must have been around 1999. Yeah, it must have been then. Pokemon Season 1 in the UK was definitely like around then. So I watched it before school every single day, just like live on like Sky. So that's when they released like Sky 1. They would always release the episodes like it was a little earlier. I think it was 1997, 97. Like Dragon Ball or what? I know I watched Pokemon in like primary school, and that was like all Season 1 in Kanto region. There was a Metabots game for GBA that was extremely dope. I heard about it. I didn't, like, if it's extremely dope, I'm gonna have to fucking play that. Digimon and Pokemon. No, Pokemon was definitely like a bit later than 97. Digimon must have also been a while. I remember watching Digimon from episode 1. I wasn't 2 or 3 when I was watching. I was like in primary school. Ah, there's our first Orichalcum Plus. Oh, yeah. Actually, what? Maybe it's our second. I forget. We have Orichalcum Plus, so that's good. That's one of like the crucial things ticked off. It was one of the things I was hoping to find in here. Speaking of, I need to go back to Port Royal. We'll do that when we've like looped around the islands. There's like one major crucial island we have to go to certainly.
Let's see.
I forgot you can use the chart on the boat. Metabots is like basically destined to like never get like a local release ever again unless like manga entertainment go deep diving for like more 90s nostalgia stuff, because they like went around getting like Power Rangers and like Pokemon and the early Pokemon movies and all that. I got their collection of like the first 3 Pokemon movies on Blu-ray for Christmas, and that was like just a fucking joyous Christmas season where I just watched them all back to back in my pajamas all day. That was great. It's this one. Is it? No, it's that one. This is the major one to go to. It was 1999. My memory's this shit. Something about the words bots though suddenly make me think of Gridman SSS. You fuck. SSS. SSSS Gridman. It's fucking fantastic shit. It was like the best anime of last year. That's another one recommended. If you've even like vaguely a passing interest in like tokusatsu shows and like especially like fucking Sentai and like especially giant robot stuff, Gridman, fucking watch that. Quadruple S Gridman. That show's goddamn amazing. It's Trigger, so it's like basically guaranteed to be great, but it's fucking fantastic. Again, not one I want to spoil though, because that show goes places. That's basically just it saying.
Let's check it out.
Alright, the Turbulent Island's like actually. It's not. This is the back of the island, isn't it? Yeah, fuck it, let's go in the back door. Screw it. Yeah, Metabots was a show where like it was set in like the 22nd century, like robot technology has advanced to the point where like everyone basically has like a pet robot. It's like, you know, 3 feet tall pet robot. And naturally, being like a kid's show at the time with like Pokemon, Digimon, the whole idea was like everyone made their pet robots fucking fight each other. But like where Digimon had like magic attacks and Pokemon had, you know, like Pokemon attacks and all that, the Metabots just used like actual guns and like missiles and flamethrowers and shit. They just used like fucking like live ammunition and just blew the shit out of each other. That was rad. I love that show. It was also like it wasn't a very serious show. It was like an extremely comedy show. And it was fucking funny. I love that show. I actually like, got like I found like a torrent of like the English episodes somewhere, and I downloaded that, but that was like on like 2 hard drives ago, and then that hard drive died, and I haven't bothered to look for the torrent again. If I can find that again, I'll be extremely happy, because that show's fucking great. But even though it was like it was like there was like some things that I didn't laugh at as much now, but it was still like generally quite funny. And a lot of like when again for the show's like serious fights, it actually had like some pretty good spots of animation. But even then, just the spectacle of like just like small robots just like busting like actual guns on each other and just destroying all the shit around them for just like at times really petty fights was just fucking fun as hell to watch. This has just become the general anime art stream. About your question, what I dislike about the Dragon Ball Z animation in particular, I don't really know what to tell you because it definitely had a bunch of recycled animations. They're always fairly long scenes during fights where the characters stand in front of each other repeating the same animation over and over with slowly being hovering in one direction. I mean, I didn't say it didn't have recycled animations, it did, because like that was just part and parcel of every show back then. But like watching it, like having watched it, like I wouldn't say they were ever like overly long or anything. Like it did do that, like yes, certainly a lot of fights it did do that. But to say like oh it had like just generally shit animation is like hideously unfair, I'd say. So it had like especially when you say like compared to the time, because compared to the time it was still better. Even the animations of people just standing around doing this, like the punching, the flailing punches or like, the big keybass spams were still like better animated than say shit like Sailor Moon, which just threw like her throwing her tiara over and over again, or especially Digimon just repeating the same exact animation with only like a changed background every time. Every time someone wanted to do like Nova Blast. Hello, my son. I see you in the dark. What's up? He's looking at me with big eyes. I wouldn't call them fairly long. It's like Dragon Ball fights were never very long. Well, the big ones were long. Big ones were hilariously long, but a lot of the standard fights weren't very long. Like where it's like fighting scrubs weren't very important or long. And even then, like, again, like, sure, like, a lot, because they had a lot of filler, like, cause of course it did. But I would say, like, it still had, like, good animation on the whole. As of Berserk 2017, all animation is not Berserk 2017, it's great animation. That's, I feel like that's, like, it's actually like the other way around, where, like, that's just its own special category of, like, no, they do not. And everything else just, you know, is, like, the usual standards. Touche. Oh. God, I can't get over how bad that show was. I don't know how that happened. Like, I do not know how, like, the Berserk 2017 show happened. And the 2018, like, second season that it somehow got. Because that was apparently, it was like, not even apparently, I saw bits of it and it was either the exact same thing or worse. I just hydrated Hydrobot. Stop sassing me. I think what just really draws me about Dragon Ball Z's animation a lot of times is that it's also just fast. Like a lot of like stuff just looks and feels fast. And well, like that probably like helped like glaze some of it over in my mind. Especially again compared to like stuff like Digimon. I love you, Digimon, but God. Mega Ether. As I said, after thinking about it, I realized that I'd never really watched another fighting show at the time. Or at the other shows at the time when I watched it. Fair. I remember Pokemon actually being like alright as an anime goes. I remember this island. I remember this island for a specific reason. Let's see if I can like recreate it.
This has to be something.
It's something, but first. Where is it? Where is it?
This might be a good spot to find some ingredients.
Say it again. There's like a spot when on my first playthrough where I was just like bumbling about these rocks. Here we go. You just hang around this rock, walking around, he will just keep saying it to you. Gotta peep Fist of the North for some action. Goofy, you interjected. You're not meant to. It's meant to be Donald just saying it over and over again. Like the triggers is like extremely close, and unlike other ones where you'll run past or like the trigger just doesn't happen again, they just missed the spot on this one where you can just keep it going. I do like Dragon Ball much more than Z. That's valid. I like Dragon Ball Z more just because I like screaming really a lot. Gavin sees this cursed behavior. Never. David, you need to know this is a good spot to find some ingredients. Ah, beer from the crabs. I like the manga more than the show. Again, extremely valid, because Toriyama is just extremely good at being a manga artist in general. Like the way like his stuff just flows across the page is nuts. I like these streams because I can actually understand the dialogue and therefore can have the stream in the background. I mean, to be fair, like if I was playing like any JRPG, like if I was playing Persona 5, I would have it in Japanese still. I'm sorry, because just you know, I'm not sitting through the English stuff of that. But for this, yeah, like you're quids in. For Metal Gear or like the Souls games, you're fucking quids in. I think I like Z more than DB, but it's because I love the mad plot twists. I think I just like Dragon Ball Z's villains a lot more in general. Like, I just fucking adore Frieza. Perfect Cell's like a hilarious villain. Boo was kind of eh, but that was made up for by like Majin Vegeta. And then there's Beerus, who does count because his movie was a Z movie. You're torn for Bloodstained. I know David Hayter is in Bloodstained as like Zangief, isn't it? I think that's who he's playing in that. But the English dub kind of sucks and the JP dub is good. If the English dub sucks, I'm basically guaranteed Japanese. But I was kind of already going to be on the Japanese dub anyway, just because giant weeaboo.
Okay, we're off.
The English dub is David Hayter, and he's so good in it from the lines I heard. Oh, man. Now, I'm gonna play the Japanese dub, and then just gotta look up Hayter's lines afterward. Just his performance afterward, just did, you know, drink it in. This island is a fun one coming up. This is another, doesn't look it, but this is actually like a fairly sizable one. That, oh shit, we just had to deal with the entire fleet. 2 for 1. It's funny is that the dark chasers get inside your shield, you can actually still dispense it by just like activating the shield. I want the second language option. I want the thing, like, it was you or I suggest at one point where like Yeah, it's basically that, where like you can just set which which dub you want to use for which character. So like for stuff like this, we could just use all Japanese except for David Hayter and just leave him in English. Dark Chasers are like expensive, a bit too far away. No, this is taking a while to reach me. That was a hell of a shot, if I do say so myself. I honestly never liked Toriyama's art style. I'm not saying it's bad, I just find his characters incredibly unappealing. I can see that. Like, I do like Toriyama's art style, but I like a lot of his characters do look incredibly stupidly similar. Like, just look at like not Dragon Ball, like Dragon Quest, which he also does the art for, and just see how like how many people have Goku's face. Well, alright then. They're back. These guys teleport around.
It ends here.
Destroy them. Perish, foul curve. I think this is meant to be like a ghost ship fight, basically. Where'd you go? Fucker that you are if you would do this to me. One's dying.
Defense. It ends here.
Fucking die, all of you. Watch me die here, because they actually do considerable damage on prod. This is new behavior. Oh, he got too close to the barrier, like the edge of the world. Where'd you just go? Stop teleporting. Stop misting, it's not fair. God damn. Hang on, one of those ships respawn? They did, that's... I must have got too close to the island. Fuck it then. Yep, we are probably going to die if they clip me again. We can get close enough to the island, they'll fuck off. Yep. Pretty fair. Oh wait, I'm not allowed out because they're still fighting me. Well, balls. We're probably gonna die here. Yep. Well, Sword isn't somewhere to die, he just kind of throws a tantrum about it. See, I can't hear you because I'm in Wawa getting dinner, but do you want to do Salmon Run when I'm done? Well, if you can't hear me, then I should tell him on Discord. Or in here, even. Yes. I'm done for that. Ugh. I'm gonna have some salmon run to Chris after this.
Let's sail for Shipwreck Cove.
Oh hey, we're here. They just respawned us right here. Fair enough. You also up for a salmon run, David? See what other islands are there explored? Like this one, and that might be all the major islands. Might be. I don't know offhand. It's weird how much of a gap there was between that reply from Gavin appearing and hearing him type it on stream. Twitch fuckery, I presume.
Hope we find some ingredients around here.
I know there's fucking crabs in the water, like edible crabs, not magic crabs. But, like, steady on, lads. Clean your fleshy bodies. Level 8. So we gotta hop in. I did see Chris say on Twitter the gear for Salmon Run this month is good. I saw that, yeah. I'll have to give it a look in. And the Dream Trio rides again. Heroes never die. Fuck. And then this dipshit. They also kind of assume when you said Dream Trio, you meant like the three of us from like the Splatfest. Because I'd forgotten David did Salmon Run with us ages ago. I guess on that note, do you want to be on mic, David, or you just want to like coast? Either or is fine. You should specify. There's no pressure. There's pressure. Do it. I guess actually the depends if you can do it as well. Oh, wait, go back. Back down. Remember reading something by another mangaka about Toriyama's art style where he gushed about the way Toriyama draws muscles, but I always felt Toriyama's muscles way too angular to look appealing. I think he does a fine job of it. Like, in the manga he does a fine job, at least I find. What I didn't like is, mainly Dragon Ball Super again. Like, Yamamuro's art style for, like, Dragon Ball and, like, the way he draws muscles and bodies and shit always just, like, felt really, Yeah, exactly, might be too late for me to mic up in my room. Yeah, basically, like, if you can't do it, no worries. Just, you know, pile on and join us. Just recreating my experience in Animal Crossing right now, but just finding sea bass and only sea bass. Actually, yeah, right enough. It's actually fairly late. It's like fucking 11:30. There's no time limit today. Like, you know, 3-day weekend. Like, a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, so I can just stay up whenever I want, crash all Sunday, and just fix myself on Monday. At least that's how I say it to myself. It usually ends up that I also just sleep in on Monday and just have to like hastily put myself back together in the actual work day. But, you know, that's how professionals work. Irish. On that note, I'd probably go find the cat and put him out for the night. Although he's not making any noise, he's not meowing or anything, so I think he's just gone, find somewhere to curl up. On that note. Do you remember that thing you tweeted about a Chinese guy whose name means blog post or something like that? There was a really funny comment below that. It's by a Japanese guy, it's a poetic name meaning about early flowers blossoming. In Chinese, the kanji means breakfast vegetable, and the literal English translation is early rape flower. Holy shit. That's a fucking jump, isn't it? Some unfortunate kanji. Well, fine for like being in Japan. That's an unfortunate translation. Right. Adamantite is pretty important, so that's what we need to upgrade shit. And it's actually kind of hard to get adamantite in space. Because even in, like, where the rare shit can be found, it's fairly rare. You can ostensibly fully upgrade all your keylays in this game, because, like, you can just find all the shit in space by just blowing up rocks. But you'll be blowing up rocks for quite a while if you want to do that. Best thing is he moved to China and now everybody thinks his name means breakfast vegetable. That's an unfortunate life decision right there. Did he know that before he went to China, or did he only discover that when... I assume he only discovered that when he went to China. When, like, the people there pointed it out to him. That's the sort of thing you get, like, another... Like, you have, like, a name for what you're in the other country for, or whatever. Or you try and swing a more... You know, like, favorable reading of your name. Alright, big fight. Already we're out of magic. God damn it. Oh yeah, this is like the full shot lock for the Happy Gear. Keep it. You just like kind of stick yo-yos into space and destroy things. Which, if that doesn't like entice you to use it, I don't know what will. Well, balls. Oh, look at that crunchy sand sprite texture. Look at that. Alright, plug that again. All good. Tried dodging out of the way of that, but I just kind of dodged before he attacked and just kind of stood there for him to hit me. Because I'm a genius at combat. He's basically dead. Sort of loves his fucking backflip kicks, doesn't he? I think I'm quite fortunate with my name since everyone knows it. Even the Japanese know I pronounce it perfectly. Dare I ask then, or would you rather keep that to yourself? You have me curious now. Gavin as a name actually like works in Japanese. Mostly like using the is like katakana stuff, but you can still do it. It still works. I say that if it's any way more difficult, it's not. It's like that's mostly just a writing thing, but you can do it. I don't actually know about many other languages. As in my name being pronounced in them. I don't know if it's like how friendly it is for other languages. It's a European name that appears quite regularly in anime. Victor? No. Balls. I don't know. See, you said European, but I'm like trying to think specifically like German or Germanic. Regularly appears in anime. I'm amazed that one. Actually, like European name that regularly appears in anime. No, that throws me. I'm drawing a blank. You have confounded me. I'll give you one tip. It's a typical butler name. Well, probably not G's then, is it? Fuck. Just typical butler name. I just said G's. Sebastian. That's actually a very good one, Sebastian. A typical butler name in anime, you fool. Butler-sama? Hammer got it. Sebastian, okay. Actually, right enough. Donald. Donald.
Look like they lead up to somewhere.
This is pretty awesome, dude. Creeping around. Creeping around. Butler Sama. Gavin, you piece of shit. Don't you know that Sama means like lord or a person from like you have a lot of respect for? You wouldn't call a butler Sama, you fucker. I'm pretty sure this is the fact that it's a butler Sama at all. I don't remember where else you get Electrum. This is like the two, like these are like the two main ones I remember. You need Electrum for like some keyblades. Adjust glasses. Actually.
Find some ingredients around here. Do some making the yummy stuff little chef will whip up with this.
Ah, we're just quids in today. This is an important island to know because it's a load of like materials and high-end shit is here. Yours for the taking. Also crabs. I don't actually know. I think these chests will release money if you open them when you're like maxed everything out, because the crabs stop appearing when you maxed everything out. Stormager Plus. Yeah, it's like a fucking treasure haul. It's like entirely worth it just coming down. There's also two lucky emblems in the same room, and both are fairly obvious. This is an entire treasure trove of shit. You can have to notice that you can actually get up to this island and inside it, because you might not immediately realize you can jump on the little platform things, go into it. But I guess that's kind of the thing where it's like, you know, just go nuts and try to jump on everything. Probably gonna get pulled into that fucking fight again. We did level up at least, so we might not die as quickly. Okay. It's a bit tricky to do, yeah, 'cause that happens where like, there's a slight adjustment in like altitude of the land. You're just gonna fucking vault. By the way, the Sebastian comes from Greek Sebastos. It means the revered. Alright, nice. Kind of ironic that I guess in a sense it's like sort of sense of irony that it's like a common butler name, then, isn't it? Didn't know. Yeah, that's pretty neat. So you all need to show me some more respect. If I remember right, Gavin comes from almost literally like the same. Not that it's spelled very weirdly, but it's a very close pronunciation, like similar pronunciation in Welsh. It comes from like Welsh and it means like white hawk or some shit like that. It's like, yeah, it's white hawk in like either Welsh or Old Welsh, something like that. I don't remember the actual Welsh spelling of it though, because like fuck Welsh spellings. Did I go with that? Actually, no, I don't think you can't get on that one. It's this big block you have to like go around. I think you can go on that one. Actually, no, that's over the barrier, isn't it? And we didn't stop at the gateway of regret, I don't think. So let's just stay over here. Port Royal Waters. Who's coming from? Yep, the ghost ship fight. Just get their balls. Actually, no, it's not. This is just regular gets with this red orbs.
Fire! Let's do this. Be gone!
Those solid red orbs and assume the words, but nah. You try ramming me. The Gaelic origins for David is something to do with being swift and nimble, so you know, pretty ironic. No, this is. I'm pretty sure you can get on this island, isn't it? Or is this just? Whoops. It's fine. I don't even know what we're catching on there. Now we can't get on this one. These are all just like silly ones. Well, that we basically hit all the major islands though. We got like basically everything important. The Gateway of Regret. Need like 200 crabs still though. Port Royal sadly doesn't have many crabs. Mines is blessed by God, and seeing as I've been a staunch atheist my entire life, you'll guess how blessed I have been. Hashtag blessed I have been. If only you weren't though. If you lived up to your name, it would have been fine. Jesus would have loved you more.
Fire! It ends here.
It ends here. I'm coming to stop you. We got a potion out of that. Like there's something about this I remember. What was it?
Look, didn't we sail past that rock before?
It's like it's either like there's a lucky emblem on the sign, or it's like the chest. Yeah, there's a wee chest on the island. Like we rock outcropping. The good shit. Isn't the lucky emblem on the thing, right?
Let's see.
Yeah, didn't think so. You never know. Keep your air step thing and let me jump. God. Dude, do a double take. Did you say your name and something like Whitehawk? It was something like that. Like the original Welsh or like the original. I'm pretty sure it was the original Welsh. It might have been the original like Gaelic. Well, I say original Welsh. The Welsh version of the name, more like. To be more specific, Sebastia was a city named to honor the emperor and was therefore called after Sebastos, revered. So Sebastian was still meaning... Sebastos was still meaning something like revered. Actually had the original meaning of man from Sebastia. Man from the city of the revered. Really. Little White Falcon, apparently. Fucking Griffith wannabe. Wouldn't that explain so much though?
Hear my call. We've got him now.
I guess basically it's basically just means like a white bird of prey.
We need to go and prepare, or we'll only get in the way.
Yeah. We can't really get crabs in Port Royal anymore. We only need 200 more, so let's just pick some fights. And then we'll go to Port Royal to do something. We'll rather pick a lot of fights. Let's get away from here so we can get like more fights with like more ships. Just to boost that up a bit. I'm pretty sure level 9 is the max. It might be level 10. Oh hey, you.
Hear my call.
Fuck that you are if you would try this for me. He's stuck on the island, feast on his bones. I wish I could move my ship like that, you fuck.
Fire.
Perish Cur. This is a big one, so we get more.
Waiting for our help. Jack said shipwreck cove.
Apparently my name's meaning is essentially courageous protector. Hey Hammer, do you want to be a mod? Live up to your name. I mean, I say that, but I originally a Chris mod and then he just never comes to the streams anymore. So you do kind of need one. Which is weird considering I'm a massive coward. Oh, it's fine. You know how it be. You're a coward until it matters, and then you'll like courageously like slay God. Or so. That's how it always works. That's what my animes tell me. Damn. The timing on that. We have auto mod, Chan. It's kind of weird because I can't actually do mod shit from inside the OBS one unless like it's added in the update I haven't like updated to yet.
Take this. Fire.
Well, shit. Admit, you can't actually ram these, you're just kind of making this very awkward. It's only been 3.5 hours. This actually only ended up being like the length of a regular stream. Granted, like the actual world so far have only been taking like an hour and a half to like 2 hours. And this one has basically been the entire 3.5 hours. And we still actually haven't done the end game of it, thinking about it. So my original estimate of like 4 or 5 hours might actually be entirely on point. I wouldn't mind being a mod for you, all things considered. I do genuinely need one, so I might just ping like you and the Manly both, if you want them. But how long did you spend collecting crabs? Good. I mean, basically the entire 3.5 hours, huh? Well, actually no, because we had to do like the intro bits of the world. So probably closer to 2.5 hours of crab hunting. But was it worth it? Are you implying it wasn't? Are you saying this isn't fucking like the greatest shit you've ever seen? You saw a man melt into crabs. He became the essence of life. Yes, give me more power. I say nothing. I didn't get crabs from that one. You're holding out on me. I need my crabs. We have tidal wave so far. Let's just use it because we haven't been getting it that much this time. Oh, you're so dead. You can't escape. I love that one, like more than any of them. From chat, I gather I missed a hell of a weird few minutes. Selecting mods for the future. And all that comes with. Also crabs.
Cannons! Defense!
You fucker. I will catch you. You can't escape me.
Our friends are waiting for our help.
I don't care, Sora. They'll keep waiting. We haven't got all the crabs yet. We need every last crab in the Caribbean. Only then will we be ready. And we get to that death island and like drop tidal wave on the ghost ships. It'll help a lot. You see wind shears on these gets fucking. You monsters. You sick little monkey. Yeah, we can totally make this. If they'll respawn again is the question. They should do, though, so we're coming in from this side. That's not them, that's just Gits. Still not crabs in the abyss at the Port Royal you can get because you got cutscene away. Nah, if I remember right, like all the crabs in Port Royal basically get vanished the moment that bit ends. There's not even like that many like fucking about in the place anymore. We're gonna not get tidal wave for this fight now. If we even get the fight. Fucking these guys will get them. I'm coming for you! Aye.
It ends here.
It's actually a fairly serious ship anyway, so that's not too much of a waste. Well, it's not even a waste, really. Are you big enough to be boarded? You are. So Goofy keeps timing his last for every time I finish casting Thundaga, and it makes me slightly unsettled. So we only need like 85 more crowds. There's like 3-4 fights. Bustering. You know what? Not one. I'm pretty sure that's out of the reach of like the map. I don't think we can get to that. We can't like actually get anywhere on it anyway. No, it's within reach of the map, but I'm not sure we can actually do anything on it. Pretty sure that's like the trigger for the fight. No, it's not. It's just random gets. Let's do this. Everyone's really enthusiastic about just destroying these ships. There we go. Pretty sure like 9 is the max. Alright. So whip this around, see if we can bug this out. If not, we'll just fucking leg it. We already did that one, I'm pretty sure. This is the exact same fight. We just rolled the same encounter twice. Pricks that they are.
Hear my call.
Get destroyed, all of you.
Yes.
Oh, I actually did get all of them. Just doing the hard circle.
Yeah, we need to go in prepared, or we'll only get in the way.
Nah, it doesn't look like we can do anything here. Actually, there's an underwater bit. Oh, maybe. It looked like these were a lot brighter when I was approaching, but it doesn't seem like they actually do anything. Nope, can't get on. It's an invisible wall. Oh, never mind then. We've done our lot. Yeah, we're at max now. Okay, that's all good then. Alright, back to Port Royal because we have shenanigans to do. I know, Donald. There's important business to attend to. We sadly can't cast magic because people are around and it implies that we might fucking destroy them. I don't necessarily know what's so wrong with that, but such is life. Right. Over here. Did I ever mention that I enjoy making deep dream art? I don't think you did. Here's one I made that I really like. Oh wow, look at that. An extremely neon cat. It's like a Quirrell from like some Final Fantasies. It's pretty nice. Very well done. I would hang it at my wall. Yeah, it looks like the sort of thing you see as like actual painting. The fucking like effects on like some of those like scaly bits of fur. Scaly the right word? Yeah, you know what I mean. Looks really cool. Secret staircase. Alright, you. The Flanvasion. Oop, stop targeting that one, hit that one. So yeah, you're just playing Space Invaders with this one. It's basically you need to stop them before they get to you. Every so often the bell will light up and that means you can use it again to like get all rows. Which you sometimes have to do. Well balls. The big guy in the back is obviously more points, but currently I suck at getting him. There we got him. I would argue undeservedly, but hey, we got him. It all works out. I'm surprised that's the only one that tried moving into a different row. So for like the first time I did this, there was actually quite a few movers. Yay! It's a fairly easy one to get like the happy reward on. Watermelons. What was the purpose of these pudding missions again? You have to do all 7 to get an Orichalcum Plus. And we need all the Orichalcum Pluses in the game to get the ultimate weapon. So, it is for our explicit benefit. Although, to be fair, A, nothing really tells you about that, and B, unless you revisit worlds or happen to see one on your first visit, you probably wouldn't notice, they know they're even a thing. So you really have to like wander around to find them. Some of them are quite neat. Like I like that one. Like the photo one is like really fun. The Arendelle one's shit. it's not shit exactly. It's just a bit awkward. The Monstropolis one is alright. The Thieves one is like fun enough. As is the Toy Box one. I don't remember. No, I do remember what the Final Worlds one is. See, it's like basically you have to like bounce on them and just keep like bounce on them without touching the ground for as long as possible. Alright, well with that, we've like explored all the major islands, got everything, and you know, we've done the Flan now, so basically it's time to go. We're gonna go slam this out. I love when javelin weapons in games also allow you to stab shit with them like a spear. That's always great. It's also somewhat pertinent.
Didn't we sail past that
You
rock
say this
before?
every time we sail past this rock, Goofy. Are you okay, my friend? Go to hell. Just to go to hell. Entirely. Behind you. He's fine. Like, what prompted that then? Did you just happen? Are you playing like a game where you're using a javelin right now, or? Is that fight still on? Is he still like aggro on us? I am now ready. He picks his moment. Well, there's a save point here, so we'll just use that. And then they'll push on. And then next time we'll just finish out Caribbean, move on to the next world. We got all the major shit done. Oh wait, hang on, there's a big fight here first, isn't there? I don't think he can hear me. I don't know if he can. We got a ship boss fight.
Luxord!
You do know.
I'm hope you did. I'm
Yes,
home you did.
one must simply
I
marvel
don't know.
at
I don't
your
know. I thought you were like, you should have been in your car driving home.
Such compulsive behavior is eventually
Enjoy
going
the
to
show
bring you
while
nothing but sorrow.
I don't know. You digest your food. It'll only take like a few minutes. No, if we get tidal wave, it'll take like 1 minute. But basically, you fight these guys, and then we can see it before heading into the final fight. Kill them. Take their blood. Donald remembers his days as a pirate. As a yeoman of the seas. Chris is the true hope for me, I'm out of there. Alright, just fucking get shredded. Just perish. All of you die. Just perish. Can't just hit me. I'm coming for you. I'm gonna get you eventually. I got you. Alright, next three.
Fire! Hear my call!
Hear my call. Dead. Dead.
Hear my call! We got him now!
Oh, just all of you get shredded to pieces. The max level ship is just like comically strong.
Take this!
And then the big boys come out.
Fire! Cannons! Take this!
Ow me bum.
Get him! All right! Get him!
Oh, that's mean. Didn't do a lot of damage or anything, but it still did mean. Oh, here we go. How is it already this late? If he's been streaming for less than 2 hours. Talking about anime will do that to you, man. You'll just like kind of zone out and just, you know, like time like bends around you to accelerate itself. Also, crab collecting is just like the most serene task you could be given in life. Fucker. Alright. Get off me.
Hear my call! Woohoo!
Alright, now if it's over midnight now. Hey, you still wanna fight me, big guy? Yeah, you fucking run away. Oh, they just spawned him right there. We're just getting tidal wave constantly. I'm so glad. He's just far and away the best one. It does like the most damage for like the least effort. Water go. It's also just incredibly satisfying. It's just like, fuck it, my boat is just gonna dive bomb yours and destroy everything.
He's plotting to swipe
If Ubisoft ever does release that Skull and Bones game, it's already like lost to this. Whatever happened to that? That didn't actually release, did it? 'Cause I don't remember anyone talking about it. Pardon me. Alright. Save point time. Okay, we got basically everything done within just under 4 hours. Well, everything. We still have to do like the actual final fight of the pirate world, but that'll be for next time. It'll be released sometime in 2019. Okay, I haven't heard anything from it a bit. Probably a good sign, honestly. That probably means they're putting like a good amount of time into it. So, now the stream will continue because now we're going to move into Salmon Run. So, whoop. The whole meter went red just because the mouse tapped the thing. Alright, time to go get set up.